I'm Shane.
And I'm Bo.
We are your Kentucky Fried Critics.
Welcome back.
Here we are, guys. Another episode for you. Episode 38. I'm trying to keep on top of
We're
it
getting
again.
better, man. What's to say we don't even have to write it down anymore?
It might help for us to write it down, but we're definitely showing that we have improved our skills on maybe not having it in the first place. That's for sure.
We are professionals after all. Just go with it. Just
Amateur professional. I mean, like we're like somewhere in
pro-am level.
Yeah, we're somewhere in between, right? Like, I mean, we've done it long enough. You can't say complete amateurs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, the amount of time, regardless of everything else,
Journeyman. There we go.
it has to take over, right? Like it has to. So yeah, here we are. You guys know we came off of a weird episode last week. A different. Let's not say weird.
It wasn't weird.
A different.
It was different. It was fun.
we hope everyone enjoyed it. If you did, we're still wanting to hear from people. We want to know if that's a permanent all the time format change, if that's just how we should keep doing TV shows.
Yeah.
If you didn't like it, I mean, tell us. We're open. We can handle it.
I feel like people will like the format idea more than the actual choice of show that we did. They'll be like, "No, dude, it was fine. That's a good idea." Just like, why that fucking show?
I mean, I think it was good. We had plenty to say. We had fun.
Because it was fun.
It was fun. Well, it was fun. It was one of those where we had a lot of fun, regardless of what happened with everybody else. Which sometimes that's all we're looking for, right?
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all good.
I don't care if you people have fun. I do.
We hope you do.
Yeah,
but it's not a. It's not a requirement.
You gotta make yourself
in what
laugh,
I'm doing
man.
here, right? It's not a requirement in what we're doing. On that, let's go ahead. Let's talk about this week. This week we're back to some movies.
Yep.
We did Dead Man on Campus. Great early, late 90s. I almost said early 90s. Great
I forgot
late
how
90s.
good this was, man.
It's a very funny movie. We did this because we found a beer that we thought was a good companion.
Oh, it's great. The Rogue Dead Guy Ale. Get it?
Dead Man.
Dead Man. Dead
Well,
Guy.
especially because, like, for the movie universe, like, that's just the name of the rule, right? The rule is the Dead Man on Campus rule, which is weird since it's a little bit more, right? Like, Dead Man on Campus just implies, like, any dead person. Like, this is very specific to what we need here. If your roommate does self-harm, I'm trying to make sure, like, that's a word. Like, this movie dances around a word that in today's society will demonetize us or certainly push us down in the algorithm.
Yeah.
Especially if we say it as many times as we might need to say it.
To make myself feel better about having to do it, I'm going to complain right now
about
the fact that I have to do
By
it.
all means.
I don't agree with it.
I don't either.
I know you don't, but I have to say it out loud before I kowtow down to the algorithm here.
If we were only saying it once or twice, I would.
Right, but it's like the whole.
This is one of those things where they'll like. Not only will they flag us on this, that's the kind of thing where they flag us forever on the amount of times we would have to say it, if not. So yeah, I mean, we just. But it's fun. It is fun, right? Like that's the thing about it. This movie is very lighthearted, yes,
dark comedy, which we don't really do those very often anymore.
Well, the world's missing out. I love a good dark comedy. This is definitely a good. This is an MTV one.
Yeah, I forgot that.
It's an MTV
of it has
production.
the little
it's got
astronaut
the moon man
come in.
The moon man comes out. Yeah, this is early MTV production. So like the first one was Joe's Apartment.
Oh, I like that movie. We've talked about that on here before.
So it's Joe's Apartment. Man, I don't remember the second one now. But then this was the third. Like, I mean, we're talking like really early, and I mean, none of them I think were making a lot of money yet. And this one was no exception.
They're all like cult movies.
Well, like Joe's Apartment literally lost money.
Oh, I bet.
But then this one made $1 million. It cost 15 or 14 and made 15 or 16. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a
just
loss.
A bit above even.
We broke even. All right, way to go, guys.
Everybody gets a $5,000 bonus at the end, right?
I love this movie though. Like it's
super
a fun
good
movie, and people aren't talking about it enough. I'm sorry, it's so fun. I think I cut you off. You said Dead Guy Ale. I don't think I let you say who made the beer or anything. I was just like, that's right.
It's Rogue Brewing Company.
Well, just in case, make me feel better.
It's Rogue Brewing Company's Dead Guy Ale.
Yeah,
in case I didn't do that.
Again, I'm not sure. I'd feel bad if I was the one that cut you off. Just to be like, this movie's so good. But it was
for a good cause.
It is. It's so we can go ahead. The people in the movie, this is a star-studded,
yeah, dude,
like
this
masterpiece
was
of a movie.
Anybody who was on TV in the 90s, basically.
Well, or the late or the early 2000s. Yeah, like
yeah.
it's like right in that crossover bridge, especially since they used actors of the two, like like. We have Mark Paul Gosselaar, so we've got Zach Morris himself. Well, Zach Morris. I mean, like again, like
that's all you need.
That's so that way we can hashtag Zach Morris. Right? I mean, come on now, like Zach Morris. That's the name you want to be able to use. He's the guy. We all know Zach. It's also the guy that Mark Paul Gosselaar tries his damnedest to like move himself away from because
That's why he did shit like this,
and it did good.
And Firestarter. There's another one.
There are many times in this that I totally forget. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, that is fucking Zach. You know what I mean? Like, other than the personality is maybe just like the dark imagining of Zach Morris a little bit. Like I still see Zach in him.
Yeah, in this movie with all the scheming and like quick talking everybody,
it's just like the real world look, not the
the 90s sitcom version of him.
Idealized version where they make him out to be the hero.
Yeah,
this is where they're like, no, this is
what he actually would be like.
This is what everybody would really think about a guy that does this. Yeah, that's how I kind of feel about it. Like he's kind of the cool kid, but you're still kind of like that guy.
You're kind of an asshole.
There's something about him I can't place. Something about that guy.
It's like you would kick the women and children out of your way to get out of the burning building, wouldn't you? Like, you're that guy.
But it's great. He does a great job. I love Mark Paul. Like, I've seen him in a bunch of different things, wide-ranging comedies, dramas. I've never been disappointed. He does a really good job.
Yeah, I know. He needs to do more stuff.
So the next person we'll mention though is our other lead, right? So Mark Paul Gosselaar is Cooper, and our other lead is Josh, played by Tom Everett Scott. He is in That Thing You Do, which is a movie that will probably be on the podcast
probably at some point, because I haven't seen it.
Bo's not seen it. Is Tom Hanks. I feel like we mentioned this in an episode. Yeah. He is also the guy. He's the werewolf in American Werewolf in Paris. He is terrible. He is the guy.
I'm sorry. That was not your fault, brother. That was just a bad movie to start with. Bad writing.
That Thing You Do is what he started with. So he started on a good one. Then it did a mid one, and then this, and then I mean he's had a career that's kind of like back and forth all over the. Not that I can say anything. I've not been in any movie. Yeah. I can't.
I'm more inclined to blame the studio itself.
Oh no, it's not his
fault. For the problems of
the movie,
Werewolf in Paris.
No, that movie was definitely not his fault.
Yeah, no,
that's, I mean, I agree with you on that. I was just saying, like, he does have a weird kind of back and forth tendency, like bouncing ball type thing going here.
He's hit or miss on the right movie.
Yeah,
he picked.
Not his fault.
No.
Sometimes again, like American Werewolf in Paris, I get it on the chalkboard.
Fantastic.
That sounds like. Who's not gonna love this?
Right.
The choices that were made.
Yeah.
After the chalkboard.
After it gets off the chalkboard.
Well, he got the pitch at the chalkboard phase, right? Like, that's the problem. He didn't get the pitch after it fully fleshed out. They pitched it to him when it was on the chalkboard, and he was like,
the studio got a hold of it, and they're like, oh, wait, we're going to change this, and you got to do this, and add that to it, and now the movie doesn't make any sense, and it's stupid.
Those two are our only big characters in the entire, right? I mean, there are main characters, but not even just our main characters. There's like everybody else is like pop-ins, right? Like
background,
if that, right?
We need you for this scene.
3 of them though do hold very special place because they are the quote-unquote dead men on camp. They are the choices that they have to be the person. And so we'll go ahead and cover at least the one that everybody knows. I don't even the other 2 they're actors and they're big, and that's okay. I didn't really spend a lot of time. We all know one guy. You know, like when you think of the dead men, you don't think of Buckley, you don't think of Matt, despite the cheerleader of it all.
Yeah.
You think of Cliff. Cliff is the guy.
Cliff is the one.
That's the dude. That's the one that we all remember. He's the he was the selling point to the movie. Like he was in the trailers.
He was in the trailers.
He was the guy. Like that dude sold it. His name is Lachlan Monroe, and he was that. He was just that guy. And between like this point of like 1998 until like 2005, if you had a comedy, TV show, or movie, and you needed a wild ass character,
yeah, that was him.
This dude popped in, and
Night
he
at the
made
Roxbury.
it. Yes, he made it when he showed up too. Right, that's the thing. Like,
so as soon as I saw him, I was like, "Yo, you're the dude from Night at the Roxbury."
So again, love Lachlan Monroe.
Yeah,
we got to give credit to him. That's part of the reason why I'm not even going to mention the other two guys, because like I said, I gave you the character names. And you know me, normally I do deep dives. Well, we don't got the time. We're trying to do these streamlined now, so we're really going to have to start cutting down on which people we talk about. Those two dudes they're not who we focus on.
No.
We like Cliff. Cliff is who we focus on.
Cliff keeps coming back.
He keeps coming.
He will not
He's
die.
the gift that keeps on giving, right? That's Cliff. We do have a few more people to talk about. Part of the reason why we're not going to stop talking about the other two dead men on campus. But these being people that were the ones like we already mentioned. We got a who's who here. These are the people like we already mentioned, the older character. Like those were all actors playing freshmen that had no right to playing freshmen. We all know that, right?
Because
we
all
all
like 25.
know that. Yeah. We all know that. The next one are the actual newbies, new faces on the scene, and they went on to do shit. A bunch of them did. These are people that were barely in the background, had no bit part pieces, and they are people today. Ironically enough, the three of them all have a weird connection, and so we'll start just with who they are. We got Jason Segel, Linda Cardellini, and Allison Hannigan. And you immediately called the first one
How
I Met Your Mother. Is Jason Segel and Allison Hannigan. Yeah, and she's Lily.
And she's Lily. So they're both there. I was thinking Buffy. Completely wrote her out of my mind on that show.
Wow, so then you didn't even catch that part.
Oh yeah, no, I fucked it up. I was focusing on Barney and get your suit on, all that shit. Up. Yep.
She was the one that allowed the slap. Remember, she was the slap bet commissioner.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She also gave the Willow death eyes in an episode.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I need to rewatch that show. It's good.
Well, I love, I mean, well, and again, we've already said a ton about Allison Hannigan because American Pie. I was like, give me a second. I know this.
Yeah.
So we've said our pieces. We said our
Reese pieces.
Yeah, apparently, I guess. But yeah, we've definitely talked about Allison Hannigan. We love Allison Hannigan. Well, again, we're both big Buffy fans.
It's Willow.
Yeah. But on top of that, Jason Segel also, his other connection here is with Linda Cardellini, which Bo did not know this because he's not a fan of Freaks. It was a 1 season long show, Freaks and Geeks. Again, I think I've mentioned this
never
before,
watched
too.
it, and I keep meaning to, and I just never do.
Really should. And
I know I'm losing points with everybody.
If we do that show, dude, that's one that I feel like we would have to do a full season of our show doing the season of their show, like episode by episode, because if you were excited by the number of like people who were babies in this that went on to
do shit later,
dude, that show is full of it. Episodes left and right.
Like James just Franco on that show and shit.
Yeah, well, he's one of the main cast, but I mean, like even in the background, like they just pick
random
guy
at bar.
Judd Apatow fucking picked him. That's the guy who wrote it. Again, like he's 40-year-old virgin knocked up. I mean,
he did all that.
A
good
legend,
shit.
Yeah. So I mean, but he knew what he was doing. He picked a fuck ton of people. Sorry, but
natural born talent scout. So see it.
Linda Cardellini, who plays his girlfriend in this, it's Kyle and Kate, is also his girlfriend in Freaks and Geeks.
So they just kept doing it over
Nick and Lindsay. Well, so this was first. I'm almost 100%. Like they both look very baby face in this. They like the two of them look like the youngest people on set. Like Allison Hannigan
is to even be here,
right? Like Allison Hannigan is close behind, like right in front of them by age, right? But they look like Jason Segel when he opened that door the first time. I was like, whoa,
look like he's 16,
right? I was like, holy,
so you're a gigantic 16-year-old.
Is this a private? This is like they got young.
Yeah, they got
here,
like
right.
You do like your freshman year,
You know what I'm
senior
saying?
year as your freshman year there.
I was like, he looks young. And then when she shows up and he starts talking to her, I was like, she looks young. Linda Cardellini.
None of you were old enough to be here. Why are you in this movie?
The other
Get that beer out of your hand, young man.
The other things you'll know Linda Cardellini from is, of course, Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
She is Velma.
Yes.
She is the perfect Velma. Again, just like that whole cast was perfect, right?
Yeah.
There's nobody that was wrong in that
I gotta
cast.
put my tongue back in my mouth. Sorry. I was drooling.
You know, like Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., like everybody was cast perfectly in those movies, and so was she. Like, she was the hot Velma. Scooby-Doo 2, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go Google that scene. You'll see it. You'll know what we're talking about. It's the thing that made young male teens' minds explode. Yeah, for sure. It definitely is the reason why there's so many.
I went and saw it in the theaters, man. It got a huge pop, man.
There's a reason why so many of us,
several pissed off girlfriends in the crowd,
at a very specific age, think Velma's the hottest one, and it's not because like we like the bookish person. It's because
of that.
Yeah. It's, that movie did it for us.
Nylon fucking skirt and that little dance number she's doing.
But yeah, so Linda Cardellini definitely is someone that we had to we couldn't roll past and not talk about. There is, however, one more person I want to talk about. Again, I said we're trying to do this faster, so we're not talking about everybody. Generally speaking, that would certainly mean if they've got no picture, I'm not talking
them, right?
I have one person that I want to talk about. No, nobody else may have a connection to this guy, and they may not care. Maybe you do. Maybe you know him from some of his. He did a bunch of TV shows.
If you do.
Yeah, definitely comment. Let us know. But he did a bunch of TV shows. It's the guy who plays Pickle. His name is, and you'll appreciate this. His name is Eric Egan, but Eric spelled very Viking.
Nice.
Aeryk.
Nice.
Right? Tell me that doesn't sound
very Norwegian, my brother.
And so,
explains the blonde fucking hair.
Yes, dude. And so maybe not the height though. He was, you can't get everything.
He didn't eat his fish. You got to eat that horrible cured fish that they make over there.
But so yeah, Eric Egan is, again, like I already said,
he's shark, I think.
No picture on IMDb. So normally, again, I'm a person who does this myself, and so I understand. Normally, you'd see that, and you won't even click on him. Telling you,
who do we email to have that fixed?
They
can even just like
we can't. They're not going to care about us.
Fuck them. I'll pester the hell out of him. Cut his little head out of a still frame of the fucking movie and pop it on there. How goddamn hard is that?
But so I love him. He was in one movie that I remember from when I was a kid, and I watched it. It was one of those movies that, you know, it came on like cable TV on the weekend, like, you know, basic cable on the weekends, some random fucking something. But it used to come on all the time, and I always would make sure that I fucking watched it when it came on. And I fucking love this movie. It's called Book of Love, and I know that everybody out there is going to do exactly like Bo did earlier when I mentioned it to him, which is like, Shane, what kind of fucking movie
is sounds this? Like a horrible romance movie.
It's not. It is a comedy. It is not only a comedy. It's like American Pie in the 1950s.
Nice.
It's a bunch of raunchy dudes and their quest to get laid. And the things they tried to do. And Eric here plays the little brother character to the main character. And so he gets to be like tangentially part of all the debauchery because he's just hanging out with the older
my brother has to go with us. I gotta watch him.
It's the 50s. Yeah. You know, like that's the thing about the 90s. In the 90s, that probably wouldn't have happened as much. No. They'd have been like, fuck, we're going to keep you at home, right, bro? Or something. Like even if they got told that, it just wouldn't have happened. The storyline would have explained why they kicked the kid out.
Right.
In the 50s, though, no. When you got pinned with your kid brother, your kid brother just had to go with you wherever you went, including to go get pissed drunk at some house party or something. You know what I mean?
So why you get like 12-year-olds drunk as fuck at house parties in the 50s.
And that's a scene. And that's
nice.
his scene. That's what we
get.
That
out of nowhere.
I know. I figured.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what we get from him. So yeah, Eric deserves all the credit that he should be getting. And so that's why I want people to go look that movie up. Go look for him. He was phenomenal in that movie. He should have got more screen time as Pickle in this. Not because I think he needed more as an actor, because I don't think they fleshed the character out.
Yeah,
the right
not
way.
enough. It's too much of a
surprise at the when we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, I do when it happens. I don't.
Like,
they didn't set it up right.
No, not at all.
They could have set it up correctly to where
it
you don't really process it, but then when you hear it, you're like, oh no, it makes sense.
Yeah,
in this movie, it's a lot more like, oh, what? No. And that's all there is. Because if you watch it again, you're still going to be like,
I get it. You know, like, it's usually the guy you don't suspect. I get that. But you could have done better of, like, giving me
the little things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Double meaning shit. But no, they give me emo goth boy.
Yep. Exactly.
And it's like,
and he's not even. We'll save it. He's not though, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like they just by appearance, they want you to think that appearance wise, he doesn't act that way. On that note, we can officially go kick
into
off
the
this,
movie.
Yes. So this being an MTV production, of course, that means it has a kick-ass soundtrack. So right as we see the Moon Man float across the screen, we have Golden Years. Now, I wish it was the David Bowie version.
I wrote that in my notes. I was like, original's better. This is okay. I like Manson.
This was Manson doing what Manson did best, though, right? He did a whole bunch of these style of covers.
Really cool, like
of older, like 80s,
more
style,
like heavy
70s, 80s
fucking covers.
Yeah. And he did it really well. And so I can't fault him at it. But this is just it really is just kind of another one.
Yeah,
right?
it's just kind of another one. You're like, all right, cool.
I get
it. Just kind of makes me want to listen to Bowie.
Yeah, I would much rather kind of listen to that. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad.
I'm gonna go watch A Knight's Tale now. That fucking dance scene with everybody.
See, I want to go watch Golden Years.
I have not seen that though.
Yeah, dude, you should.
I need to.
The miniseries. Yeah, it's Stephen King. It's like
his movies are better than his books.
Well, and the funny thing is, since most of them are miniseries, that means like they're smaller productions that he probably had nothing to do with. Like they're made for TV.
I don't know. I feel like they should have let him direct more. Maximum Overdrive was good.
Maximum Overdrive was wild.
Hey man, just give him a shit ton of coke and let him go.
Let him have access to Marvel properties. You say what you want. That's the Green Goblin, right?
It is. That is so the Green Goblin.
I'm surprised nobody got sued for that. Or maybe they did. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out when we do that movie.
We'll do the research. We'll let you guys. We'll check back and then let you guys know on that one. Okay, enough fun with Golden Years, Stephen King, and however the hell we got there.
Over the Maximum Overdrive. Emilio! Back to Night at the Roxbury and the guy. See, we're back. We're back to the movie.
Yeah, this intro, it just it's long, it's fun, it shows the weirdest multiple choice test you've ever seen in your life, but it's setting up the movie, right? It's setting up the tone for the movie. It's like it's funny but dark, and they want you to know.
My favorite is the Venn diagram of like the velocity of somebody jumping off of a building, and it's got the little stick man going woo 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 woo. Loved that one. That was funny.
Dude, they're all really fun. Like if you want a good laugh and you even watch the movie but you've never taken the time to read those, really stop and read them. Some of them are
some
really
of them
funny.
are really good.
Some of
YouTube won't let me talk about.
And somebody had to write these. You know what I mean? Like somebody really went back. And so if you take the time, read them. This isn't the era of like them like
AI generating an intro. It's just like, oh, I need like a Captain America jumping toward the screen 3D boom effect.
Well, not even that, dude. Like, not even just that, dude. Since these are just little phrases, they could have just been like, "Write me a phrase, like make it look like an exam." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no, this was somebody took the time to be like, "These are what exams look like." Let me write this dark weird joke
throughout the entire thing
that looks exactly like a test. Yeah, so it was good. Somebody took the time.
I wonder if the math is correct. Somebody should go back and check the math
to see if the answer really is inside the multiple choice somewhere.
That'd be great if somebody put that much thought.
Dude,
into
if we have a fan that is good enough at math, I 100% want that to happen.
That's awesome.
I'm a math guy, and I'm good at math. But some of those are probably outside my wheelhouse. College math,
advanced trig.
Well, it definitely it could be anywhere. It can be anywhere from like advanced trig to like calc 4. You know, like you don't know. College math is a larger. High school math is a smaller realm of math. Yeah, right. Like
so I barely got through that.
But so yeah,
whatever it is isn't binomials, as we find out later.
Yes. So yeah, it was a fun way to get into the movie. As soon as it starts, we get our boy Josh at orientation day.
It looked like he was getting like arrested. Fuck the mugshot and shit. That's how it started. Almost because it took me a second.
It's because of the way they did it, where and today they do shit like this all the time. Like they made it like he wasn't in scene, and the scene was like being slapped together, right? Yeah. So like he's like literally like bouncing in the seat as it starts,
right? Like, oh fuck,
yeah. Which
I'm
again,
in college.
Today, it's funny.
So
like,
did
if
you teleport?
Like, yeah, like today, it's funny.
He popped out of one movie, jumped into the other.
Today, like a TikTok video. That's just like how it.
Yeah,
that's just a natural
the little
thing
hop
you'd see.
that
Yeah.
everybody does.
And it's kind of what it was, right? Like, it's
mostly
like,
chicks that are just like, check out my cosplay. And I turned into this character.
You'd be surprised if you see there's like, it's the thing. I've seen an ad that's a dude and he does it like 9 times in a row. Like he's different characters in his own ad, and he's literally like every time he comes in frame as a different character. He does that, and I'm like, what are we doing? We gotta
find a better way for this. There's got to be like for like more advanced. I get it for TikTok. It's easy to do that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now,
like actual TV commercials, you got a budget. There's got to be a better way to make that transition.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now,
just kind of a. And they change.
If you want to be mad at somebody, you need to be mad at Josh here. This is 98.
Yeah,
he's probably the first person that ever did this weird like bouncing drop into frame.
I blame whoever directed this movie. You started something you didn't even know, bastard. You gave somebody an idea.
Somebody watched this movie 2 decades after you filmed it, and they were like, "Oh, I like that."
So I get it. So if I just like kind of jump, cut camera, come back, do another jump, and then edit them together, looks normal. It looks like I just kind of sharing. Oh, it's so good.
Something happened here, but
they're probably still using film back then. It's probably way harder to do back then. They're actually splicing the shit together with tape.
For this in 98, they were definitely still using. There's no way.
They're not getting the budget for digital cameras on this fucking movie.
We'll be lucky if they weren't. This was an MTV production. We'll be lucky if they weren't doing this on a VHS.
Oh shit!
Right?
Just popping tapes in.
I doubt it was that bad, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
no, dude, they had them. They had like the giant tapes, like this big.
But that was still usually like TV. That was like usually made for TV stuff. Not. Well, I guess not that this was much above. It was above. It did go to a theater, but it wasn't like crazy above. So I don't know actually. I don't know.
We'd have to go really look.
That's one of those things.
That's right.
My research did not cover that.
Cameras used to just you know they had the big ones that took the huge roll of film, so they also had like giant VHS tapes that went into like huge camcorders. They're like, what's the video game? The GDO fucking cartridge, about that fucking big. Held like 3 hours of fucking footage or something.
It was a different time. It was the transfer between analog and digital. Yeah. So a lot of weird tech came out at that time. Yeah. But yeah, the movie though rolls into Josh starting classes, or not even starting classes, heading to his dorm.
Yeah.
Before he gets there, he has to talk to the lady. He's an overachiever.
Yeah, dude. He's got
we hear this from the beginning.
Every class he could possibly take.
Well, and she mentions that he's he's in the 6-year med student program,
full scholarship.
Yeah, she tells she like info dumps everything we needed to know about his character real quick right now, except for Indiana. The Midwestern part is the only thing they saved for us for later.
Yeah,
everything else they tell us right here. They remind us throughout the movie in case you forget. They'll be like, yeah, he's in a med program. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck, I forgot. Josh was in a med program. But yeah, the only thing she didn't say to him was like, oh, you're from the Midwest. Like that's the one thing she could have dropped that would have just made it that they covered all of it.
So we didn't have to have it later.
Yeah. But yeah, so we see that he's an overachiever to maybe his own detriment. Again, from the beginning,
she tries to warn him like this is a lot of stuff.
I knew people like this, dude. When I went to college, I knew someone. So it was exactly. She says he's in 6 classes, right? That's what she says. She's like, 6 is
that's a lot.
So I knew someone. Modern day they don't usually do just by class. It's like credit hours, right? But most classes are usually like a certain number.
Yeah.
So I knew someone who took what would exactly be 6 classes worth of credit hours. Her freshman.
Yeah, I was like, how soon did she drop some of those?
No, she did it.
Oh, did she?
But she burned out.
Oh, I bet.
Not that semester, maybe not even that freshman year, but she did burn herself out. Yeah, hardcore.
You would. Nobody can do that.
No, dude. It's not well, and she was literally she was living the Cooper party life
and trying to keep up with her grades.
Keeping the 18 hours.
Oh no.
I'll at least give Josh in the beginning. He thought he was only going to do that course load, no party life.
Yeah.
That's still insane.
She went in with a totally different, I'm going to do both.
Yeah. Which again,
I'm gonna be college and college.
And it's still insane to even think, even if you're only focusing on the course load.
Yeah, and you're not gonna like talk to people and interact and do other shit.
6 like that again, like the amount of outside the classroom work that you're gonna be doing.
Yeah,
it's crazy to think
3 in the
that
morning,
6,
easy.
Yeah, 6 is. He was mad. She was right. He should have listened. If you have money tied to it and there are requirements to keep the money, shouldn't you set yourself up for success?
Yeah,
which
instead
would be
of like
a light
overloading
course load.
Yeah.
Again, not even saying that you should do the light course load just automatically, but you should think to yourself like, I don't want to be in a boat where I'm screwing myself, so maybe I should.
Yeah, because I got to keep that.
Give myself
it was
a
like
buffer.
a B+ or whatever. So
it's like maybe I should give myself a buffer.
A little bit instead of just like, oh man, I got to get through as
many
classes as I can.
A B+ is a 3.5 GPA.
Jesus.
Well, because a B is a 3. So a 3.5 is a B+. Now that he's ready, he goes to his room. He's ready to like meet his friends. I want to say 2 things. The walk to the dorm, I felt very 90s college. I was like,
yeah,
this is what I think college was like. Because I didn't go to college until the early 2000s. So it was a little bit after this. But this is what I idealized in my head was the college experience. I want to say, though, the one thing that was missing, people like me.
Yeah, with like funky hair and
where was the Reality Bites watching Ethan Hawke loving alternative kid? Where was the guy?
They're in a different dorm. They like separated.
You know what I'm saying?
They're all the theater kids. That's where they found Matt. They're all off over Nep's part of it.
Where's the kid whose karaoke song was London Calling? You know what I'm saying? Like these are the kids in the 90s that were missing from this campus at all times. There was Matt is you call it. Matt is the only one on this whole college campus.
And his hair's not even that weird. It's just kind of spiky.
Well, and the rest of his bandmates aren't even that weird of people. You know what I'm saying? Like they were all pretty normal dudes.
No.
That's the only thing that I thought was missing. I was like, everything else I felt like, which is, it's also weird that this is MTV and they didn't show that.
There should be like way more like mohawks and crazy shit because it was like the MTV vibe forever, right? Alternative people, kids rule the world.
I don't know
what happened.
I don't know. But
not enough studio interference on this movie.
Yes. Now the next, that's a good point. Now the next thing I'll say about this though is that I felt like this dorm that he went to, the actual like the building itself, the room he was in, that's what I wanted a dorm to look like.
It had
dorms don't look like that.
No, they look like prison cells.
They are standardized, institutionalized.
Yeah.
This is
matte white, gray, fucking concrete brick
smaller,
walls.
And
they're like
there's not usually even if you're in
a 12 or whatever.
I knew people in a 3-person room, right? Like because normally it's a 2-person. Like normally it's 2. This is weird that it's 3. They were like 3, and it's like a guy gets a set space by himself. 2 people have a room that's a shared room, and then they have like a common space area in the middle. Listen, I lived in a dorm at UK, which is one of the biggest colleges in our state.
Yeah.
That's a very true statement. Not the one with the most money by any means, but definitely
it's
one
of the big ones. Everybody knows the Wildcats.
Yes.
Woo, go blue.
100%. The people that I knew that were in my dorm that had a 3-person room, it was still just a 3-person all open space, right?
Yeah.
There was no like nobody had there
wasn't like a living room and like separate rooms and shit. It was just a bigger room you could fit more beds in.
Yes, there was just a bunk bed and one by itself. So instead of being able like in a 2-person room, you can choose. You keep it a bunk bed, have a lot of open space, or both people have a thing and you have like an aisle between you, right? In a 3-person room, fuck that noise. If you want open space, then you guys are literally like
pick a wall.
You keep a bunk bed, and then the other guy's head is like at your guys' like heads, so that way you can
You've made like a wedge with a stack. In the corner.
And again, they probably still didn't have more space than anybody in a 2-person.
Yeah, because once you bring the microwave and the fridge and TV,
and what if they both brought TVs? And this was still tube TV time, right?
No, dude, that'd be cool, dude, because you could like old school Halo party it. Where
but then you're cutting down on your space.
Fuck it, man. If it gets hot, just open the window.
Yeah, so but this room though, this was ideal. This is why when I went to college, this was what let's even preface that. I even was in, people might say, "Oh, but they're at a college where it's like an older building." I was at UK, and it was such an old dorm. It was like built in the 30s, dude.
Right.
The second one I lived in on that same campus literally had an ice cream social parlor in the basement. It was that old.
Nice.
Did
they have like ice cream socials down there?
No, they stopped doing that. But the thing was still there. Like, but it was still like not this. It wasn't like nice room.
Did you see the doors?
There was no common
doors
area.
Are like double doors.
Yes,
no,
like, dude,
what the fuck?
This was so nice. This is what I wanted. For sure.
Me too.
He gets.
I went to my dorm room for about 5 seconds when I went to.
And then said never again.
When I walked in, I was like, "Yeah, I'll pay him the $150 to not have to do this. I'll just stay at my mom's house. It's only like 5 miles away."
Well, the other thing that makes it for you though is your roommate. Look at me trying to find the way to roommate. The other thing that can make or break this is your roommate, right? And so he fights his way through what was the most typical 90s college introduction move-in day scene I've ever. Like, this could have just been the
embarrassing parents.
This could have been the son-in-law scene. Like, you could just
totally
substitute in the same scene.
You needed more people in the hallway, and it's the son-in-law scene.
But it's the same. Like, it's walking past the room, seeing weird stuff. Families.
My favorite's the dude on the phone being like, "I need more money. I don't know. It just didn't go as far as I thought." Like, he literally just
day
got
one.
there.
Yeah, he just got there. It was the big dude, right?
Yeah.
Right? Again, we might see why here a little bit later, because that guy's like, he's the conniving. He's the mastermind. Say what you want. When they all graduate, that guy went somewhere.
Yeah, he did.
That guy went somewhere. Yeah,
Zeke, I think his name is. Yeah,
Zeke went somewhere. Yeah,
he's a walking pharmacy. He's just got, what do you need? I got this. I got that.
He walks through. He sees all. Like I said, like this could have been. It's fun, but it is definitely the most generic. Like if you've watched a college move-in day in the 90s in anything, TV show or movie, you saw this. You saw this play out. He gets to his room, sees, like we said, the kick-ass kingdom of a dorm room.
They have like a living room.
It's
furnished, dude. There's couches and shit in it.
I love the dope old like recliner.
Yeah,
dude,
it
was
leather.
Awesome. It was a leather recliner
chair. Yeah. Fuck these people.
He knocks on the other door.
Kyle.
Fuck Kyle, dude. You knew his name. He opened the door.
As soon as he opens it, you're like, "Oh yeah, your name's
This
Kyle."
is a modern day thing too. Like when this movie came out,
that wasn't
us calling
it wasn't
a
a
dude
meme.
Like this,
there was no
Kyle.
such thing. Now it's a meme, and it's like, yeah, dude, of course your name's fucking Kyle.
But it just made sense, right? When he said Kyle, I said, "Yep."
This started it. It's all Marshall's fault that we hate Kyle.
Wouldn't doubt it, dude. But yeah, so we got Jason Segel opening the door. Who does Kyle think he is, though?
I called the
single.
The single. He's
there first, so he's like, "Fuck you! You don't get a say in it."
He is like 6'4" and 250. I mean, he's a big fucking guy, even though he looks like he's 16.
There's no way this Jason Segel was 250, 190 at best. He was like he was tall.
Yeah, he's really tall.
Scrawny though. He's a scrawny tall in this movie. I will give you How I Met Your Mother, 250.
Yeah, 250, easy. Big guy.
Not
guy. Fat, big.
Shoulder check you in a basketball
dude,
game.
Yeah.
Big Fudge. Don't mess with Big Fudge.
Don't mess with the Big Fudge. That's right.
I've watched plenty of How I Met Your Mother. I get where you're coming from.
That's what I'm doing when I get home. I'm watching fucking How I Met Your Mother. It's great.
But yeah, this Jason Segel opens the door and he is totally just he is Kyle
all over
embodied. Right? He's totally just a douche. I'm not talking. Slams the door. He's literally like
I picked the big room. I called it. Now stay away from my stuff.
Boom. Literally, okay. Josh is just like,
all right, good
what
talk.
What the fuck is this about? I love that they just transition immediately to him going to eat. So clearly, anybody who's been to college, and if you haven't, I doubt you're probably old enough to be listening to us, so I don't know if I should tell you to stop or not. But if you haven't, this is a piece of advice for you. This is a true thing. Classes don't start immediately. They usually give you 5 days after you move in or something. Like there's a lot of downtime, get to know people.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're seeing here. They transition from him getting the door slammed in his face to, mess hall next day or later that day or something. He's just going to get some food, right? This is so true. This is so true.
Look,
that
man.
well, like if you didn't make friends with your roommate, this is or know somebody else at the college you decided to go to. This is what it would be. Like the walk in, you look around, you're like looking for anybody, or to deciding like, is there a table empty enough I can sit at? And he goes, "Oh, my
roommate.
Oh shit!"
It gives him that fucking, "Don't you fucking dare come over here." Look, he's like, "Yep, cool. Gonna go just pop over here and sit down."
Never would have happened though. He sat down at a full table
of chicks.
No,
they all would have just looked at him like, "Who the fuck are you?"
He would have felt
maybe that's
so.
Just me.
No. He would have felt so awkward, uncomfortable. He would, if he thought it was awkward and uncomfortable to sit at a table that had 6 empty seats with his roommate.
Yeah.
There's no way he wouldn't have thought it was uncomfortable to sit down with 8 people he didn't know, all staring at him.
I'd have sat down right in front of him and be like, "Hey, buddy."
I'd be like, "I guess we have to get to know each other."
How's the chicken?
Right? Like, well, because you can't.
You're like, we're either gonna fight or be friends. Which is it, buddy?
But so yeah, it was a small scene, but I felt like the movie does a good job of really painting like that college experience.
Yeah, it's like shit.
And that was one of those.
I don't know what I'm doing.
That was one of those subtle, like, this is real. This is like, that's how you feel. You walk in.
Totally. Me, like, where am I at? What am I doing? I have to go talk to who now? Where the fuck are they?
I got weird anxiety. Like, you walk into that cafeteria the first day, you're almost like, am I allowed to be in here?
Yep,
is this a place I can get food
I can
here,
have
right?
the food?
Like, I can do this?
I don't have to pay for it.
Right?
I can just,
I
can just take this.
I got a feeling that particular neurosis is probably the family shared one.
Yeah, probably.
I
had the same
like
problem. I'm just like, I can just take this. This is because it wasn't bad. It was like I was like, it's real food. It wasn't like the shit they hand you in high school. I was like, I can just take this.
This card covers that.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're sure? You're sure?
All right, good. All right, cool. You're not gonna stop me at the door, right?
Again, that scene only existed to let us see like a little bit of a slice of life of what college was, and I think they did a great job of it. Right?
Yeah,
like,
it was good.
Because all that we see from that scene is him waking up in the middle of the night to
two movers fucking just doing bong rips in his room. It's like,
I love that he wakes up.
Who the fuck?
He's so naive, such a baby faced little boy.
Yeah.
He was just like, "What's that sound?
I don't understand.
What's happening?
An odd bubbling noise.
Is someone blowing bubbles in my room?"
I would have fucking been at these two dudes so goddamn fast the second I realized there were just 2 random guys in my fucking room.
But they're not random guys.
They were to me. Baseball bat to the dome.
Well, the only reason I stopped you is because you said as soon as I realized these 2. If you realize, then you know who they are. You should have said as soon as I woke up. If you said as soon as I woke up, I would have hit them. I agree. As soon as you realize who they are, that's the point where you could get in legal trouble for hitting them with a baseball bat. Once you know they're movers.
Wake up and be like, oh, it's just the movers. I'm going to kick their ass.
Yeah, that's when there's a problem. But during that wake up and I don't know what's going on,
I sleep
stage.
with my bat. Too.
Yeah.
That's what
that's good. That's the good defense, because then you can totally say,
I was ready.
I didn't know what was going on, but my bat was there. That's
do you not sleep with a bat?
That's your defense. Weird? Bro. That's your defense.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Buckley. Back me up. You sleep with a bat, right?
If anybody would.
If anybody, it's that guy.
But yeah, so he wakes up totally just fucking freaked out. I don't know what's going on. Dude smoking out of 4-foot bong in the middle of the room.
It's a friendship bong. You gotta have a buddy. There's like no physical way to actually reach the thing.
I love this. As soon as he starts to really freak out, in busts Cooper. Dude, Cooper's just like, you guys,
you getting stoned again?
This is what took us so long to get out of Baltimore.
You're the one who stopped for munchies, man. Man, those sandwiches were the shit, though.
That was such a funny fucking back and forth, dude. Like, again, this is one of those scenes. It really proved Mark Paul Gosselaar does not get the credit he deserves, dude. Like, he ate the scenes up in this movie. Like, he fucking devoured them, dude.
Right.
Tom Everett Scott say he did decent as he did good as a Josh, because he did good as a dude with a stick up his ass.
Yeah, a little bit.
How do you do good as, I mean, like, is it hard to be good at being the guy who
can't just be a party pooper,
right?
Every party needs a pooper.
But dude, like the nuanceness of like the fact that Coop is a party guy, but there's like levels to him. Like he's actually dealing with some heavy shit, dude, and you feel it every bit of it. I love Mark Paul Gosselaar. He doesn't get the credit. Well, again, he gets credit, but not for stuff like this. He gets credit for Saved by the Bell. He deserves more.
He does. He did other shit, god damn it.
And this is no exception. This deserved more than $1 million over
yeah, dude, everybody should have went. This was so good.
Let's make it up now. Everybody go home, rent it on streaming, help them get that back end money. He gets more of the dollar, right?
Does
Probably.
He? Did they fix that
No,
shit?
that was so far back.
When that part of like the whole strike was like nobody was getting streaming royalties.
Well, and it wouldn't even matter because it's so far back they wouldn't have even thought of like in a movie. You have to think of like back end money.
True.
98 was before a lot of people were thinking about getting back end money. They were just trying to get the first paycheck.
Yeah. Zach Morris deserves his money.
Does that man have a coffee account like we do, or does he have a?
I bet he has a cameo.
Right? Does he have a
way?
I'm saying is,
can we get a Zach Morris cameo?
Well, listen. All I'm saying is two things. One, help give him money. Two, guys, we have a way to give us money now. Help us get beer.
Nice transition.
And yeah, but help both. Help him, help us, help everybody. Him. Everybody deserves something here. You're listening to us. We're telling you, help him. If you're listening to us, help us.
Help us. Go. We have a coffee.
Ko-fi?
Ko-fi?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a something account.
CFCOFI.
Look, you're messing up. KO-FI.com.
There you go.
Don't worry, guys. This is the middle of the episode. It's weird. I know.
If you made it this far, you're a fucking legend.
Thank you. And hopefully, you're the kind of person that should
actually buy us a fucking beer because this shit's expensive.
Either way, though, the link is in the description.
Link in the description below. Like, comment, and subscribe.
All right.
There, YouTube. I said all your fancy buzzwords.
So he gets woke up with these crazy ass guys moving his roommate stuff in 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, we don't know for sure. Crazy ass early in the morning.
Cooper acts like it's early though. He's like, "You're already asleep."
I can't believe that.
What are you doing?
So crazy.
I mean, I met these people downstairs and told them they could come up for a drink.
That's okay, right?
Yeah, it's fine. Let me just like kind of put on some pants.
Oh no, don't worry.
Yeah, he doesn't let him fucking let the man put some pants on.
No, he opens that door, and I mean like full party.
Everybody.
Full party.
Everybody in this dorm.
Not just the entire dorm, the entire like complex of dorms.
Everybody.
Right? Like this, because there's men, women, children, not children.
No, okay.
It depends on what you mean by
couple of high schoolers snuck in, you know.
I started college at 17 for like 2 weeks. So
could happen. You got the super genius kid who's like 15.
It depends on what you mean by a child, right? Like, I mean, there are loose definitions here, but no, the party was insane, crazy, big. Literally, Josh is in the bed like freaking out. What the hell just happened? In no time.
Yeah.
Again, like it's not even that it happened; it's how quickly
they all
it happened.
just pile into this little room, and he's just like, shit! Throws the covers back over his boxers, like, fuck, man, come on.
And I mean, when I say that it's a party, this is full on, all out 90s debauchery party, right? It's bongs, blunts,
pills. People
like,
are like, our boy Zeke's like sitting down on the ground, like, these are my brother's Ritalin pills. This is my mom's diet pills.
No. All of those, though, were not for recreation.
They were for studying.
Those were for specific reasons.
Yeah.
Mom's pills were good for this. Bro's Ritalin was good for this. Don't do this. I didn't even write all
the
those
Ritalin
down.
was like is good for like
staying up to
study, but don't write an English paper.
They won't make sense, right? Mom's diet pills good for foreign languages.
Yeah, there you go.
Again, Zeke was crazy. Zeke was wild.
He
entrepreneur.
Yeah, as soon as he gets out, he goes and works for Big Farm. He's making all those crazy pills for stuff now.
But yeah, this party got out of hand real fast, real quick. And of course, Josh was never going to be the issue. We already met the issue.
Yeah. It's
Kyle.
fucking Kyle.
Kyle kicks his door open.
Turn that goddamn music off. Fuck all you people.
Get out of my room. Cooper.
Like,
the
all right,
coolest
you, like,
dude in the world.
You went to like an all boys school, right?
He was so calm about it too. He just
Like
rolls
called it
up
immediately.
Kyle, right?
Yeah, of course you are. I went to Catholic school. Yeah, so you're just like, you're so horny you made yourself mean. You poor man.
I love that quote. Oh, so horny, you're mean.
Dude, you can't be that way. Girls are going to think you're like a tiny prick steroid addicted.
As soon as he said that, Kyle just goes, poof, different dude, clicked in his head.
Really?
Me being angry is gonna
fuck.
I can't get no tang if I'm angry, Kyle.
You know, I've just been like in my room, just like angrily jerking it this whole time.
We don't know that yet, but that is indeed
exactly what
he's
been doing.
Because as soon as Cooper walks away, gets him a beer, he's just standing there with Josh, and they're talking, and fucking Kyle looks over at him and goes, "That girl? You see that girl?
Her name's Rachel. She likes this, that. She's a
writing major.
And all, like gives like the whole breakdown. He's like, "Oh,
how'd you know all that?
How do you know that? It's in this
freshman Facebook."
So apparently, it used to just actually be a book.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I knew. Listen to me. Listen. I said this whenever I was watching it with my wife. I said to her, I was like, most people won't get this because literally at my age, so I'm a few years older than you. We're of the same generation, but I'm a few years older than you. When I went to college as a freshman, I was still one of like 8 people that was asking other people, like, is there a Facebook? And people are like, what do you mean? Because again, pre-internet, this was like 2 years out from internet Facebook when I was a freshman.
It's like a pamphlet they printed out with like everybody in freshman year, right?
They didn't by the time I was a freshman, though. I only knew about it because of this movie, and the other 8 people were the same people that had also seen the movie. Everybody else was like, what the fuck are you talking? What the fuck are you talking about?
You all in my fucking shit, what's his name? Robot Man. God damn it. Mark
Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
no, but that's it.
Why can't I say his last name?
It was a thing at their university still. Everybody knew the reference. At ours, nobody got it when I said this movie. They're like, what are you?
What the fuck is that?
What's a Facebook?
Fast forward to when I graduated high school. It's like, you have a Facebook? I was like, what the fuck is that? I have MySpace. Is it the same thing?
I never had one of those.
I did. My MySpace was stupid.
Yeah, everybody's. What do you mean? You act like somebody's was like.
You probably find it. No, I'm not even.
Somebody had a golden piece of internet.
Some people on the internet like to come on here and lie and act like they were cool. I'm not gonna try and do that. No, my MySpace was fucking stupid high school bullshit.
But back to our Facebook, our real Facebook,
our real Facebook, the book
what was faces. What was it he said he did with this Facebook?
Just been jacking to it for like 3 weeks.
Dude, you're not even giving it credit. The way Jason Segel did this, I've just been in my room, dude. Like he shakes, he violently vibrates.
Josh's reaction is just like, oh, is that why it's like crinkly
yes,
looking?
No,
oh
it's
my
crusty.
God,
it's moving weird. Why is
it's warped?
Oh,
like it's been wet.
Yes, dude. I love it. It was such a good.
I've been pouring like the highest proof vodka I could find all over my hands. Like, not clean.
After that, though, we get to see he meets a girl.
Yeah.
Way to go, Kyle.
The Rachel
good job,
girl.
Kyle. No.
Oh,
Kyle meets a girl first. Kyle gets to, because that way we get to immediately just forget about them.
Move him out of the movie as much as we can.
As soon as we can. So Kyle gets to meet his girl.
They both went to Catholic school.
No, that's what I was gonna say. That's how he knew it was his dream girl. He just walks up.
You're just as horny as
me.
He
points at her across. Did you go to Catholic school?
Yeah, Sacred Heart's all girls school. She's just.
I love you.
So like, she's just hungry for dick.
He's just hungry.
He
for
is
some
needing
tang.
that pussy. Let's get it. Let's go. And I was just like, what happens? They disappear from the movie.
Basically.
he
until
even
we need him for a very split second joke at the end. Like I
moves in with her, and I guess they just fuck for the rest of the movie. Right?
Definitely, that's all they do.
It's a wonder she didn't get pregnant. They're Catholic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. They're Catholic.
It's true.
That's why he had to go repent as soon as it was finished.
Yeah, as soon as it was over.
But yeah, it was fun. Again, like I've already said, it was fun for me because I was immediately like, it's Nick and Lindsay, which is their names from Freaks and Geeks. So I was like, yeah, it's a love story waiting to happen in another movie, in another show, not here. But yeah, once they're gone, our dude meets Rachel. He finally gets to talk to her a little bit. Well, he got his pants. We almost forgot the pants.
Oh yeah, Cooper goes and gets him some
No,
pants.
I love
He's
the
a dude.
pants.
I love it.
No, I love that he's like, he's sitting there. Coop walks up. Why aren't you mingling with her? Look at all these people. That girl, you gotta go talk to her. She's not gonna come over here. You gotta go make
you go
the
talk
move.
to her, man.
He's like, I
don't have
any
any fucking pants on, man. Like,
and
these are my like ratty boxers with the hole gaps, like my balls hanging out.
I love at first Josh was just like, well, I mean, I can't. I don't have any pants. And Coop just was like, oh, and
you want me to go get you some pants? Please.
No, at first he didn't even ask. So at first he was just like,
so
what's that mean?
What's the problem?
You know, like at first he was like, what? I don't understand.
So he's supposed to just walk up dick swinging to this
I don't
chick?
know. The way his head was
He's
just
done
like,
it before. It worked.
It wasn't even like we're saying he jokingly said that to him. No, like his head, his
literally like
face
saw
was
no
totally
problem
like,
with this.
like he didn't understand. Like,
just go.
What's the issue?
Yeah, go ahead. You don't need pants for this.
She's less than 5 feet away. Go.
Just wrap the blanket around you, I guess, like a toga, and go for it, man.
It definitely gives you some insight into the Coop's fucking. He's a wild dude.
Yeah. Later he brings that fucking chick in the room, and she's like, "What about your roommate?" He's like, "Oh, don't worry, he likes to watch."
This dude has no. That's what I'm saying. Like
he didn't give a fuck.
He has no care about anything.
Well, like he says, college is the last time you have to go wild.
So he says. When he meets Rachel, it's great. He says immediately to her, "You're Rachel, right?" And he says, like her last name.
So you must have like memorized the Facebook.
Oh no! It was my roommate. He's been
jack-a-lackin' to it.
That is one of my favorite fucking lines.
It is not a save though.
No, it's not. That's why it's one of my favorites. The way
you just made it cutesy.
He been jack-a-lack. No, and she knew it. She was just
she's like, what?
He's been,
never mind. Don't worry about it.
What now? Again, it was good.
Probably right all over your face too. Like your page wouldn't even come apart. It was so stuck together.
When he got to Rachel, he also got to meet her roommates, which were Allison Hannigan, which is the only reason we really want to talk about this. I don't even remember the other Kirsten,
Christy,
something. The other girl.
Yeah.
Technically the more important character because she does sleep with one of our main characters.
She hooks up with Cooper.
There's a little bit of back and forth later.
And then her and Matt. Yeah, she has like more of an arc, really.
I don't care about her. I only care about it's Allison Hannigan.
Yeah.
But I love the scene when they walk up and she goes, "Yeah, this is Rachel and Christy.
My homegirls.
They're my homegirls." Isn't that what they say? Chrissy,
where you're from,
right?
We're like, what the hell are you talking about? From the hood. All right, come. You and me are gonna have a little talk. They take her away.
For the era, this was such a real moment. This was such a real moment. Because let's be real. Christy or Kirsten or whatever this girl's, we joke because she's the whitest black girl, and I think that was her point. Like she was like, "Honey, we need to talk. I'm not from the hood. Like, I'm probably from a better neighborhood
she's
than
like, I'm
you
from
are.
the suburbs of Indianapolis.
Yeah, no, she's like, I don't know what you thought because you saw the black girl at college.
I grew up in Iowa. Kiss my ass.
I'm not from Compton.
I was raised on a farm. Like I'm whiter than you are, bitch.
She was like, I relate more to a Field of Dreams than I do Boys to the Hood. I don't know what to tell you right now.
Also, Josh picked the wrong one, dude. The two cute girls walked away.
No. Rachel was the worst. I felt the same. I was like, this is a weird. She's not, and the actress is not a big actress. Allison Hannigan went on to do so much. They could have cut
all of her out of this movie. It wouldn't have hurt.
She wasn't important.
No, like it's 5 minutes if you add all of her scenes together.
Well, because she's not like a driving point for him because he drops caring about her when he starts.
Yeah, like here
for
in a
what
minute.
We need in the movie, he doesn't need her. She's actually in the way
a little bit
for the movie. I agree, dude.
Unnecessary relationship bullshit. They have to throw
It
in.
is. They thought they needed a love angle, and they didn't. They could have pulled this story without any kind of romance.
Not to try and
the best romance we needed
try and
was
take a paycheck from this chick.
The bromance is what we needed.
Yeah,
we needed more of that too.
Yeah.
Cut her 5 minutes. Give us 5 more minutes of Mark Paul Gosselaar and Tom Everett Scott growing out.
We could have cut her stuff out. We could have had more like, are they gay jokes?
more
throughout the where
more,
like the other dudes like catch them in compromising
or more
positions.
of them like watching the dudes from afar, like just like in general, like their surveillance of the guys. Like there was
would
a
have
lot
been
of
the
things
same runtime. Would have been great.
I agree. The missed opportunity for sure. Missed opportunity.
Could have kept Allison Hannigan and the Christie chick. There's one for each of them.
Yes. Once though they finish their conversation, Rachel is like, "Okay, well then, I think it was really nice to meet you. We should get together sometime." And he's like, "Yeah, no,
clueless motherfucker."
No, the way this was his. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes. We should. Possibly.
You're right, dude. It's not even that funny.
I get that he's awkward and doesn't know what to do, but this went on.
It did
for like 3 too many no's,
dude. I swear, I was just like, "What? What are we doing?" The first 2, I laughed. Yeah. The last 2, I was like, "Okay,
dude, stop. Just shut. Just at a certain point, just shut up." You know.
Once he circled back to the yeses after the no's, I said, "No." One too many times.
He confused himself and didn't know what he was doing at that point.
Yeah. So he realizes he is not the ladies' man. He is not gonna be able to pull this off.
That is great. The fucking Honduran mover is over here like pulling into this chick and he's laughing at him. I was gonna say,
but who is the ladies' man? Because this scene ends with poor Josh sleeping by himself in his bed,
waking up next to this super hot chick.
This was so funny, dude. I love this. She goes, Coop, my arm's asleep.
Meh.
No, you're not even doing it justice.
Slaps the shit out of her fucking arm.
Full on like barbarian smacks her fucking arm, dude. When it's asleep.
Try to get feeling back into it. You know, you get it, you kind of stomp your foot.
No,
right?
I get it. When it's you yourself, that's fine.
Yeah.
When someone else does it, we all know the feeling.
She shoves him out of the fucking bed. He hits his head on the fucking counter.
That girl just felt like somebody closed the bed of needles above and below her arm right now.
It's a dick thing to do in general, but really when
he got his
asleep,
though. He got his.
He should have came up with juice, man. Fucking bleeding.
It was again such a funny little scene to see, but it also starts up the first day of class for us. Dude, this is all I want to say. This is the first day of class, and Josh did not actually party. He only got up long enough to talk to the girl. We know this Josh. He didn't drink. He didn't smoke. He literally probably talked to her, went back to bed. So he should be ready for this day. He signed up for this day. This motherfucker was not ready from moment 1.
No.
And he's about to do this for the next 6 months.
And this is a lot. So, like, you had to, like, it really should have just not done anything.
Bare minimum for that scholarship. That's what he should have been doing. First day of class. It's literally nothing but teachers telling him, like, starting from jump, like they should know.
Right.
Like,
this is like all of the curriculum ever. The buy my book professor is my favorite one.
Well, he's my least favorite because I hate that kind of teacher. They just trying to make money.
That's why I laughed about it. I was like, oh, he just wants you to buy his book. Well, he's probably like the worst in his field.
He definitely is. I've had a teacher. I've had 2 teachers offer a book that they wrote in class. Wildly different types. One, this guy, tool of a dude, dick. His book is trash.
If you don't buy my book, you're going to be absolutely lost and fail my class.
Well, you'll fail his class because he's teaching from that book. That's the only reason you'll fail the class. He could teach from any other book that you could buy, and it would be the same way if you didn't buy the book. My problem is that he's just trying to cash in because his book has no other information that's not in. Now,
any other one?
Now, the second teacher did it. He was cool. He was like, I made a book. It is a pared down, has none of the bullshit you don't need that's in most textbooks.
Yeah.
So it will cost you less. It's all paper. There's no hardback fronter.
Easier to understand.
So that way it costs us to make, so it's cheaper for you. It cost me $25 to buy that book for a semester's class, as opposed to $130 that I had to hope I could sell back. 25
for like 15.
At 25 at the end of the semester, I didn't care if I threw that straight into the trash.
Yeah.
That dude was cool.
That's the way you do it. This guy,
this guy.
I wrote in my notes. I was like, I bet you got a really nice fucking car, don't you?
He bumped. Yeah, no, because that's just it. They get a portion of the sales.
Yeah,
and it's their class, which makes them look good, which means they get a bigger check from the school. It's the
worst kind of professor. Yeah. And you all know who the fuck you are. They're still out there.
I despised seeing him with that teacher. I was like, okay, the rest of these people, horrible. That teacher, horrible on a different level, right? Like the rest of them are horrible just because he wasn't ready for it. Yeah. It's not their fault.
But that guy's just a dick in general. It's not like the next guy who's just like the bored of fucking equations.
No,
and shit.
This guy was bad.
It's like, oh shit. This is the first day, right?
That was Dead Poets Society level. That was the first day of Dead Poets Society where it's just like, you should know where we're at, and if you don't, screw you. I agree.
You know that shit was you did in high school? Throw that away. You are vastly unprepared.
You at least maybe need words to the students before just like mountains of shit on the board.
Equations.
Yeah. I agree with that kid.
He's on a fucking ladder, dude. He's 15 feet in the air right now. He's fucking Einstein equations.
But now, technically, I don't agree with it, but that is still fair. The first dude was just shitty all around.
Yeah, he's just trying to make money.
Now, every class after that, though, just goes to show you how unprepared. The first two, like, I'll give you. Like, maybe that doesn't say anything about Josh and more about those
the professors.
People. The rest of them say things about Josh. He gets to his med class, that's about Josh.
Yeah,
right?
You should know that this is what you have to do.
Yeah. He seems surprised by
they pull out Bob.
Yeah, he was like, "What's
the cadaver? This? We're gonna do what now?" It's like, yeah, dude, it's called anatomy.
Like I said,
it's not high school anatomy where you're just doing the books. You might like dissect like a sheep's eye or something.
Again,
I took anatomy.
Josh, like I said, for a guy who's trying to be pre-med and took this obscene course load, I feel like he walked into that one and the other classes after that, right?
Yeah.
Like, so there were I don't remember the others, but there were a couple more after that. He didn't seem prepared for what seemed like normal class load from that point on. Like, they weren't weird teachers. They weren't dickheaded teachers.
Just trying to make money.
They were just regular, normal college classes, and he still seemed ill-equipped for what he was walking into. And I was like, dude, you signed up for extra courses.
It makes sense why he changes his shit later in the movie.
Oh, it does.
At the end, he's just like, okay, I wasn't prepared for none of this shit I thought I wanted to do.
Well, he was... Well, that's our generation.
Hell yeah.
In a nutshell. I'm in a nutshell.
I went to college and they didn't even have the fucking major that I wanted to do.
No, that was a pretty regular thing for our age.
I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll get the closest thing possible.
I wanted to be computer programming. You know, that's where I started. The reason I had to go to the one I went to because the one that is here 6 miles away from us didn't offer courses for that yet. But yeah, so we do get to see, though, after this weird struggle of a day that Josh had with his classes, and obviously maybe day one realizing he should give up on this thought that he was gonna do this. He gets back to his room, and what does he see? Coop's still passed out in the bed.
Water. I need water. This motherfucker has not moved.
Did you see the water? Did you look at it?
Java?
Did you see what was why it's called that?
Did it have caffeine in it?
Yes. Caffeinated.
Is that a real thing?
At the time, that was. It does not exist anymore. I looked it up.
I had Bring that back, dude. I drink water all the time.
I had to look that up to make sure. And yes, not only was that a thing, that was a thing. Aquajava was a company. That was a literal product. That was product placement.
I was going to say, you think they kicked some money to the movie?
Oh, 100%.
Hell
it's MTV.
Yeah.
That's product placement. They paid someone. They paid or someone got paid. You know what I mean? Like either MTV paid them to put it in or they pay. You know, they got paid to have it there.
Yeah.
One or the other. Yeah, I agree though. I'm with you. If I could have caffeinated water,
I would drink it all.
I would drink a lot more water. I don't know if that means I would have to drink even more. Is this like one of those? Like,
is the caffeine would like dehydrate?
Is it a chasing the dragon thing? Like I would do more. I would drink more water if it was caffeinated. Yeah. But would that then make me need to drink even more water?
So would I have to drink the caffeinated water chased with regular water to even it out?
Should I be mixing them 50-50?
Shot of caffeinated water, shot of real water, little lemon juice for flavor.
I don't think though caffeinated water is. I'm pretty sure that's just gone to get us back to
it's just like caffeine powder and pour it in water, shake it up.
I love how good that we're both getting at segues, but it's only to get us back on track. Like it's not like in when we need them. It's when we're like, hey,
we need to actually talk about what we're doing.
It's so good.
All right, we got a job to do. Movie. What happens?
So yeah, at this point though, we get to really find out some stuff. This is when we see that Kelly and Kyle are gonna move in together, and Kyle is gonna leave.
Yep.
This is when we find out more about the dude's scholarship, right? We find out.
Yeah, because he's got to study and fucking. Cooper's
doesn't.
over there
Coop,
just like, where's
the
my bong cleaner?
Yes,
I can't mix the swag with the kind.
He's totally a dude that doesn't care at all. Knocks the bong water all over his
like,
books and
all
stuff.
Over his papers
Doesn't
and
care
shit.
at all. Like literally, Josh turns around, freaks out. Like it all smells like bong water. Coop like shrugs. Like
yeah, and we're in college, man.
Doesn't everybody's book smell like bong water?
Do you not walk around constantly smelling like weed?
Because Coop wouldn't know in class.
Yeah, he doesn't go.
He knows what they all smell like at party time. But he wouldn't know what they smell like.
Yeah,
in
Zeke
class
and
time.
Pickles and everybody, they all fucking smell like weed all the time.
But it's only because he only sees them at the times they smell like weed.
Not when he doesn't see them at the time when they're doused in fucking Axe body
well, this
spray.
is pre-Axe. This would have been their doused in was it cool water?
Ah, fuck, I don't know.
It was a cologne. It came in a little tiny bottle. We'll look it up later before we get too far away. I don't even have a good segue. I just know
we need to.
I want to say before we move completely past this little spot here, because it was it's like a mini montage of some scenes, right?
Yeah.
One of my favorites is when Josh sits down to talk to Coop and he's playing the video games. Not because it's a good scene, not because anything happens, but because goddamn Mark Paul Gosselaar looks like he's playing video games. And most people in movies
I feel like he was actually playing a game.
He looked like he was playing a game.
Right.
His eyes are like concentrated and moving like not
Sega
too much.
Saturn too. Did you see it?
I want to say. That's why I had to stop.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think anything important to the movie happens now.
It was his. It was his Sega Saturn.
But I will say he's convincing. He's so convincing. In an era of like the fakest of all fake video game playing
that Aerosmith game, right? The
Revolution
X. So they're fucking shooting the CDs
that
and
would be
stuff.
Dope. But credit needs to be given to him because it is an era of bad actor video game playing, right? Like it's an era of like just wildly slamming buttons and like not looking at the screen at all. But he did a really good job. Like he didn't look at Josh. He just kept his eyes on the screen. So this time though, we see him during the scene with the video games. It was a dumb conversation between the two of them. All that was established was like Josh was like, "You need to let me study," and
yeah, we need
never
to learn,
agreed to.
We need to learn to like live together and stuff. And Coop's over just like,
you let me study and I'll let you do whatever you do. Literally, there was no like agreement.
You just kind of need to lighten the fuck up.
Yeah, there was no agreement. There was no like, you're right, we'll do that. There was just a okay.
I heard you say some stuff.
Back to my game.
I'm gonna
back to my game now.
I'm gonna break you out of your stupid shell here, motherfucker.
And so then we see the next day, the middle of the night. I don't know exactly what the time period was. At some point, though, the door bursts open of Coop and a chick going at it.
Yeah.
Falling down in the door.
His
underwear is falling.
Yeah, this is where I said earlier. It's like, don't worry, he likes to watch.
Yes.
I'm just like, why are you okay with that?
No, this was so wild to me. Not even just because that's what I said. Like the reaction from him and the girl didn't say anything. Because he heard that, grunted, not in a sexually aroused way, in the God damn it kind of way.
Shit.
And threw the pillow on his face. You'd think she would have been like, I think you're lying to me, Coop.
It's like
he had already lied because he already said, it's my first time. Be gentle.
Be gentle. No,
you're such a fast learner. Look at you.
Yeah, you have great instinct. She's over. She just looks. It's like, I don't think he's into it. And B, why is she? She's just totally okay with it. She's just like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Well, college is a wild time.
I did not. Maybe I should have stayed in the dorm. I don't know.
No, it's because when I say a wild time, I mean like both in that things like that happen, but also wild as in it's weird that you're expected
to just go with it,
to do things like that. That you're forced to be in a room that's cohabitated with somebody. But you're at an age where you're probably going to want to also be sexually active.
Yeah, so...
regardless of the fact that there is no wall separation between you and said other person.
Gotta hope you have that roommate that's just like, look, man, I'm bringing a chick over. Don't be in the fucking dorm.
You do. It's true. I lived
with my mommy because I'm a nerd.
I was in a dorm and I was, yeah, I mean, it's a situation. It's a situation you deal with. You have to deal with.
I don't like people, man. Like, I wouldn't have, no matter who the fuck my roommate would have been, I probably wouldn't have fucking liked him. Even if we were in the same shit, I would have got annoyed with him after a while.
Well, then
that's
good.
why I do internet shit.
Yeah, it's probably good that you didn't do it. Because, again, I mean, you would have gotten annoyed. There's no way you don't.
I was way worse back then. I'm okay now. I'm much better about it, like, dealing with people. But, like, back when I was, like, 18, hell no. I was mean about it. Like, I don't want to deal with people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, and you would have. Again, not that would have been, like, a bad thing. But, I mean, you can't be with a randomly assigned roommate and get along. Like, even if you, again, like you said, even if you are into the same stuff, you're not gonna you're just you are too different. Much like you got mad when I told you that high school is designed this way, college is designed this way. The idea is that since most Americans in their early 20s end up having to have roommates in apartments that they may not know, because like if you're in a bigger city, you have to you might be putting in a classified ad or whatever and looking for a roommate in an apartment. They're trying to get you ready for the idea that you might have to cohabitate a living space with people you don't know. It is like I told you, high school was to train you for work.
Yeah.
College is to train you for the fact that when you
might have to live with people
you might have to cohabitate with people you don't know. Yeah. At the same time,
the shadow government is real. Illuminati.
It's not that
conspiracies.
It's just that people put a lot of thought into these things.
I'm just shouting them out there.
I know you are.
Hoping it'll get on like that algorithm for YouTube,
I don't know. I've seen a lot of James Marandino to call out our favorite dude ever, and he fucks with a lot of like flat earther, weird conspiracy people on purpose, just to fuck with them.
Oh yeah, because that's fun.
But then they follow it.
And him,
and it makes it a problem. So, like, as much as I agree, I want the extra views. I don't know if I'm ready to deal with the
fallout from
the interaction and the like.
It's like, God, I really don't want to talk to you people. Fuck, I wish you weren't here.
So that's your one. We gotta wait 4 more episodes. You can have another one.
Another one.
Yeah. We don't want too many too soon because we don't want them to dive into the algorithm.
Can I get like the beauty talk people?
Yeah.
Like, get ready with me.
Or are you gonna start name dropping one at a time? Let's do it. If you want, like, so one.
We'll get each one.
I'm gonna
get a genre.
I'll get a rotation schedule for you, so that way we know exactly when you can mention them again without
mimic it. Yeah.
So that way we only get like dipped into their algorithms, not like just fully thrown in. Yeah.
I like it. We'll play the whole fucking system against them. I don't care.
All right.
I'll put on eyeliner. I used to do it in high school. It's whatever.
After our weird sex scene in the room, we see Josh
is super late.
Well, and he's really, that's what I was gonna say. We can sum it up. We don't even need to do the full thing that happens here. It's like a mini. Again, this movie does a mini montage really well, and it does a few of them. This is one of them where it's essentially like we need to see that Josh is now starting to fuck up, even though he's not doing the extra.
Yeah, he's not partying or anything. He's just kind of still filling the load.
Right? He's running late. He's having issues. He can't get to class on time. Like, I mean, he just is having a lot of problems.
It's bad when you have to call your mom.
Well, it culminates. Yeah. Well, we don't know who called who. Let's be fair.
That's true.
We only heard mid-conversation.
That's true. We don't know who called who. I would have called my mom.
Well, I won't change. All I try to defend is we don't know who called who. We do know he was definitely, that was the conversation. Right. The conversation was essentially, "Mommy, I don't know if I can do this.
This is harder than I thought it was gonna be, and this food sucks. It's not your soup."
Coop beeps in from the hallway. I fucking love that he beeps in from the hallway.
Right.
Again, this was I feel the Zach Morris coming out.
Yeah, with the big cell phone.
I wish.
Oh, don't you? He had a bigger cell phone.
They should.
Like, what's the biggest cell phone you could get in 1999?
No, fuck that.
That wasn't the brick.
Our problem is that this was 98. Our
98.
problem it's okay. It's close enough. Technology wise, definitely close enough. Our problem is that this was 98 and it was before our like meta callback culture.
Yeah.
Because if they made this movie today,
they
would have gave him
the
Zach Morris phone. Yeah. They would have said, "No, no. We know that's not what people use.
I don't give a shit. Don't worry about it.
This is the phone you answer the door with." And I would have laughed.
I would have laughed my ass off, dude.
I would have laughed so hard for 5 minutes, I would have had to rewind the movie to see what I missed. Oh shit,
what happened? I missed something. I was laughing too hard.
If we could go back, this is one of those. If we had the TARDIS, if we had the DeLorean, if we could go back, this is the thing I'd change.
We have the technology. We can go back and edit the little phone out and superimpose the big one in. It won't be a thing.
Now that all of this being said,
I watched him make Luke Skywalker's leg longer to actually kick that guy in the face in Return of the Jedi. I know we can do shit.
All this being said, the cell phone he did have did make me feel very nostalgic for the time.
It was
period.
like
I saw it.
It was like a Nokia. I was like, oh shit, I think I had that.
Well, it was the Nokia that still had the antenna.
Yeah,
like,
the little antenna.
It was before it went to the flat, like the hard body, but it was still a hard body, but it had the
on it.
I appreciated seeing this because I was
Snake?
I was like, I love this.
Centipede, whatever the fuck.
No, it was Snake. It was Snake. Yeah. I love this phone.
Yeah, that was my first phone.
It was
great.
Well, this was before there were like
you could get the cool covers for it.
Well, this was also
mine was like purple lightning. It was
this was
awesome.
before there were massive amounts of choices in
Yeah.
the cell phone market. This was most people's first phone.
Still had buttons.
Yeah. Hard, yeah, exactly. Hard press key. The texting was still pushing.
Oh, dude, texting was bullshit.
5 times,
and it cost like 8 of your fucking minutes to send a text. It was crap. It was only. It was
all by the length. Yeah, it was all by the length. So
all emergency if you wanted to send a text at that
nights
point.
and weekends calling.
Hey, I remember that because that was the only time I could call my girlfriend.
It's the only time you could call anybody. Yeah, that wasn't a local phone call. Oh,
good times. You kids have no idea the struggle.
Yeah, so he was interrupted with talking to his mom by Coop on this ancient cell phone.
He needs a wingman, man. We got to go to the Kinky Peach?
Yes, yeah. Which is like the Peach Pit.
Yeah.
After dark to Beverly Hills 90210 people out there. Yeah, it was definitely a bar. He was like, you gotta come out with me. This was he did the I'm gonna burn you neg. That's what they call it in the world. I'm gonna neg you, but it's to make you come with me. He negged his roommate. He totally negged his roommate, right? Because he was like, look, I'm taking out 3 girls, but I don't know anything girly to say. I need you to come with me.
Oh, thanks, man. So you're clearly the feminine one of us.
He was like, this is a negative comment against you, but it seems, but it seems
backward ass way.
It seems
saying
positive.
You know how to talk to girls, right? You get that girly shit. You know how to talk to these people.
But you see the neg of it all. You say
one drink. One, and then we got to come back. Okay, man.
He says no, but then he immediately hangs up with his mom, goes to open the door, and Coop is just standing there face to face with him. I knew you were gonna do this. I love you, man. Thank you.
It's just one, man.
He doesn't even. He tries to not give him one. They walk into the Kinky Peach, and he goes, "Yep, this is a bar." And then
he tries to leave.
I love that. Yep, this is a bar.
No. See, look who's here. Look, it's the blonde girl you like.
I wish that they tried to show Coop was that smart. He didn't even think to say that. She just happened to walk up and was like, hey, Josh.
We're drinking without you, man. Let's go.
And then Coop saw his face and was like, oh, yeah. That girl is
there.
Here.
You go.
It's not like he thought it beforehand and was like, I'll be able to hook him.
Well, we don't know. There's like a whole other group of bitches off in the corner.
Intending
to talk to.
100%. That was not the group they were going there for. That's not who Coop was going to see.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Cheerleading squad's over there.
Something. But this is how good of a friend Coop is. Coop said,
oh, fuck that. I'm going to try and get my boy laid here.
Josh
this chick
girl.
clearly likes him.
I'll go for it. It didn't hurt any that Kristen seemed to have the hots for Coop, too.
To be fair.
Yeah, I mean, Coop knew he was covered.
Either way, I'm getting laid tonight, and I might as well help my boy out.
Well, again, I mean, it's what it was. This is where it proceeds to get first really funny, then really awkward. That's all happening at the same time, right? Because we see these two scenes. One is Coop going to the bartender
to get the beer,
which is super funny. I love this, dude. Coop goes to the bar. He's like, I need to get a pitcher of beer. You one of them college kids?
No, I work at the refinery factory mill.
I love
thing.
that he says all three. The thing that makes this
covering
whole
all
thing,
his bases, right?
the thing that makes the whole scene so funny is the dude that's sitting behind them. Did you see him?
He's just there laughing.
His
He's
reaction
like,
as this happens is priceless because the bartender starts to get pissed. Oh, I knew it. Look at your shirt. You're a college kid.
Oh,
shit.
my ID.
Oh, fuck. Okay, here.
It's a bullshit ID.
Okay, how about this one? Is it Indian?
Miss
Yeah.
Dr. Muhammad Rashid?
Yeah.
The little old man with the face. He just
He
starts
just
laughing
starts-
his ass
dude.
off like, are you fucking serious,
And then he goes,
man?
this is, I don't buy this. He goes,
How
okay,
about this
fine,
one?
fine. And he does the
pulls out,
magician
20
trick.
of
He
them.
does the rolling finger trick
Drops
to
a bunch
drop
of
them.
them. Just take it.
Fuck, dude.
Take your beer, just go. God
the
damn
whole
it.
time that old guy in the background
Laughing
just
his
fucking dying,
ass off.
dude. I was like, that makes it feel real. The fact that guy is like genuinely reacting,
Nothing else
laughing.
that
with us.
happened in this
I wanna
building.
believe that
guy had the most fun.
I believe that extra didn't know.
Right? No, they didn't tell him shit. They're
Because
just like,
his-
sit here.
His reaction seemed so genuine,
Right? Like
he
I
was-
had no idea.
I
where
didn't know
did these
what was
even
about
come
to
from?
happen, but the 18 IDs got me. I don't know. But it was good. It was so funny. Again, Mark Paul Gosselaar showing his skills.
Yeah, dude, a perfect comedic timing.
Yes, dude,
for
it
all
was so
this
good.
shit.
All of it. But then what was happening while he was gone was so
Oh
uncomfortable.
my god.
Josh is so clueless, so uncomfortable. I can't deal with this kid.
She
I
is
can't deal with
clearly
him.
hitting on him. I wish
She says
I wish chicks would hit on me this blatantly.
she says to him, yeah, I got this story. It's about these two people. They just started college together and, they kind of like each other, but who knows what's going to happen? Okay, sounds like a pretty good story. Yeah, and she goes to elaborate a little bit more. And he's from Indiana? I'm from Indiana.
Fucking Chris.
She just stops.
This face palm, like
She goes, okay, let me try this one more time. Okay?
two people.
There's these two people.
They
There's
like
this-
each other.
There's this girl
guy
thumps her titties.
literally,
Yeah.
literally touches him, and a guy
She like
who might like each other.
she thumps her titties and then touches his shoulder. Like, again, like you get it. Primitive guy thought, I need that.
Yep.
Like you show me titty bounce and then you touch me. I can make the connections.
Me Tarzan, you Jake.
Can we not address that? I feel like Josh still didn't.
No,
Josh
all the
didn't-
way
No.
to her fucking room.
Past
he
her room.
still doesn't
Josh
get it.
didn't get it until she said
She still keeps
it's
being like,
over.
"It's this
here.
way.
It's this way.
It's
the
this
last,
way."
Okay, let's get past everything. Let's just get there first. We
Yeah.
can. The only thing that we need to talk about other than that is the Flushles conversations. We
Oh,
can deal with
yeah.
that after. But let's just the it's this way, right? So everything gets to that. She takes him off. She says, "You walk me home," and it works out perfectly. Everybody goes their own ways.
Yeah,
And she just keeps saying, "It's this way."
because
the room is this way.
Keeps trying to leave.
Well,
Walks her to the door.
The dorm
Oh,
is
I
this
think-
way. The room is this way.
Oh, okay.
My bed.
This is a nice room. Oh, okay, this is a nice bed.
My
My pussy's this way.
the last one
Just get in it.
is
man.
that not
Come
the last
on.
one? Is
It
that not?
was. We just didn't get to see it.
That's the one when he figured it out. Josh
we're gonna have sex.
Josh did not know before that moment. 100%. Josh
I agree.
did not know before that
She's
moment.
basically, she might as well just grabbed him by it, and drug
Yes.
him to the room. Like, come on, man, damn.
And they do. We'll deal with the after they do once we deal with the Flushles conversation. Again,
Yeah.
the only thing that
It
matters
happens on the bridge
the
before
drunken
they
night.
leave.
The only thing that matters during the entire drunken night is the Flushles conversation because it's when Josh finally actually finds out that Cooper's rich. Well, again, we've established we knew. Josh knew.
His dad is he's just not like a TV mogul or whatever.
Well,
He's a very successful
He owns a toilet fixture
cleaning
company.
fixture company.
Yeah.
Plumber, kind of a little bit
Something.
of everything.
He doesn't do the work.
He's the toilet man.
Yeah. Flushles.
I call him Flushles, the toilet
clown.
cleaning clown.
Yes, I love that though. But yeah, so again though, Josh though was right. He pegged him. He knew what he was. He knew that this guy
That's
was
why he
just a
can
rich
just
kid.
kind of
Yeah.
not go to
Not go to class. That's why he said he's like, you never go to class. I mean, something's got to be up here, right? I mean, we know
Yeah.
this.
And then they go off and have sex.
And then the scene we just described, but we'd already started and we had to go down that road.
The next morning, he is just happily
this was great.
skipping the fucking back to his
home
dorm.
and
walks past Christy. She's coming out of there.
Walking out of
like,
their
oh,
room.
hey, morning. She's like, hi.
And when he walks in the door, you expect to see Coop in the bed. Fuck no, Coop's on his head doing yoga.
He's got like candles lit around him. Where have you been, young man? I was up all night worried sick. He knows exactly what the fuck happened.
Then Josh gives the funniest fucking statement. He's like, I didn't even have to do anything.
It was just like, it's time to have sex.
And then I had sex.
We're going to have sex now. I was just like, yeah, enjoy that. It'll probably never happen that way again.
The way he described it was so fucking funny. Well, it was never that easy in the first place. It's because he was so clueless to what was
going on.
It's not that it was that easy. It's that she gave up trying to wait for you.
At it. Like,
that she said, I have to do this. So again, he's just clueless to the fact that she's like, God, he's a lost cause, but I really want to give him a chance.
It's like, damn, you're dumb, but fuck, you're cute.
Right? That's what it was. That's what he doesn't know. Give him a year or two. He'll look back on this and he'll be like, oh,
so
I'm
obvious.
An idiot.
I'm fucking stupid.
For all of it, because it just gets worse from here.
Yeah.
He fucks. It was a fuck up from the beginning, and he fucks it up more and more as he is actively aware of his decisions.
I know.
It's really bad. But this is the point where Josh finally lets loose. Grabs the joint
I can't believe I've been spending my whole time in a library. What was I thinking?
This montage was so dope.
Yeah.
The bleeding of realities where you see him like doing one thing in the party realm,
and then it'll fade into him being in class.
Slides for 98. The effect was super
it was
cool,
really good.
Too.
My favorite one is like he's like super stoned, and Cooper comes up to him with the bag of weed.
It's papers. The last one.
Papers, Josh. Papers. And where are the papers?
Slides into the teacher.
Hey man, I need your paper. I need your test.
Yes, dude.
I need your midterm. You fucking idiot.
That one, again, that's the last one. That's the one that ends on. My favorite one is the Bunsen burner where he sees it being the flame
he's like going to light the bowl and it burns into the chemistry shit.
Oh my God, dude. But again, it's this cool montage.
Of the montages we've had on the show, I'd put it top 5.
I would say.
Definitely.
Dude, it's cool visuals.
Yeah, it's up
cool
there with
story effect.
It's up there with Rocky and Hackers.
Yeah.
And shit. You know, like it's really good.
Stands out. It does it in a way that other movies don't, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for sure. Yeah, I agree 100%. It's really
and then his sudden fucking wake up realization. He's at
that class.
Yeah, and the teacher's like, I need that. And he's
oh
shit!
See,
I didn't fill out any of this. Fuck.
He starts marking random. What happened to C? C. I guess this was before people knew that?
I guess.
I don't know.
No, there's no way, because I was in like 5th grade and I knew that.
I don't know. I'm telling you, he didn't do it.
Dumbass. It's always C. You got 25% chance, man.
Well, we technically have 25. I mean...
I would go CCB, CCB, CCB. I kind of evened it out because it's...
Trying to change it up.
Yeah, because it's usually more often C or B. It's very rarely D, and it's kind of A sometimes. And then when you got older, they threw out the E just to fuck with you.
Yes.
Sorry, standardized testing is bullshit.
Once this is over, though, Josh, he heads back, and him and Coop have their first fight, dude.
Yep, because it's his fault.
He's like, dude, man, I can't keep doing this.
Distracting me.
If I keep doing this, I'm gonna fail. I need to do good. I have my scholarship is.
It's super important, man.
I'll lose my scholarship. I can't be here if I don't stay on top of this.
He's
got the bong. He's just like, I don't understand what your problem is, man.
They're just grades. They're silly. They don't mean anything.
It's all good. Why are you freaking out right now?
Cut to him getting his midterm, and it's a big fucking F and shit.
This was so good though that after this, Josh when he's bored in the room, after their fight, he's just walking around. He's trying to figure out what he can do without pissing off. I mean, Coop is trying to figure out what he can do without pissing off Josh. He's just like
moving shit around. Turns on the music.
He puts the stethoscope.
I can hear my heartbeat through my penis. Get that out of your fucking pants.
Dude.
Oh my God, what are you doing? Like, I have to maintain a B+ average.
I don't know.
I can't do that now.
I don't think right now he knows the B+. I think.
Has he not talked to that chick
Yeah,
yet?
I think that's soon. But he still knows that he needs. He does know he needs to keep his grades up.
And he knows he did bad. On the
he doesn't know the
midterm.
specifics yet.
Yeah.
Well, no, because she tells him to check the mid. Why are you freaking out? You've not even. I mean, it's not like you failed your midterms, and then he looks at his midterms. What we're about to get is the dad shows up.
Oh yeah,
that's what we're about to see. This
Coop's
is when
dad.
Coop's dad busts in, pissed off, knows about the Flushles.
It's me, Flushles.
Dude, the fact that he knew about the nickname.
Getting a good education that I'm paying for.
Holy shit. Dude,
basically beats the shit out of him almost.
Dad, I don't think this counts as quality bonding time.
Shut up.
Dude,
he's got him in a full headlock. Man.
I love the
you don't need
quality
air. Don't worry about
it. I love the quality bonding time from him. It was really good. Yeah, so this is it. He knows he messed up, right?
Yep, because he has not.
They go out drinking the next day.
One time
they go out drinking, or that night. I mean, they go out drinking. He's like, literally, Coop is just looking at Josh like, no, I mean, I fucked up. I mean, you heard the man.
Yeah,
he's serious this time. I fucked up.
I'm gonna end up fucking cleaning toilets, man.
Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've not been to he even admits it himself. I've not been to a single class.
I don't even know what my classes are.
I'm there's no way I can do
this. Josh, so he's like, no, dude, it's cool. We'll like quiz each other.
No, he goes, like, listen. There's only one choice you've got left at this point. Valium? I know. Fucking dude.
Nice as Valium is.
That was so funny. That was so funny. I died.
It does solve a lot of problems.
But then we get the solution from across. This was so American Werewolf in London. Like across the bar, some crazy drunk. Not even the drunk who's going to tell him the story. A different drunk. Yeah. A different drunk says, hey,
you should talk
there's
to
a
that
drunk
guy.
Across the bar from where we're at.
He used to go to that school.
He's got the answer. Yeah.
You should talk to him.
They go over and talk to him like, so what? They said you might have some insight to this.
My roommate killed himself. He slit his wrists and jumped off a bridge and like he did like
put a bag on his head.
Put his bag over his head, slit his wrist, jumped off a bridge, got hit by a train.
Rasputin?
Yeah, his roommate was Rasputin. Poisoned himself.
You know what I'm saying? Though? Was it not wild?
He lists off like 5 things. I'm
crazy.
like, one of those would have killed him.
Well, it did. That's what he said. Yeah. He got all A's because his roommate killed himself. Yeah, it was one of those that sets up the dead man on campus. This is the thing.
Yeah.
This is the thing that we all talked about. This was an urban legend when I went to college. People still said this. We all knew it was not real.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
It wasn't like urban legend as in you thought it was real. It was urban legend in the realm of like, we all know this is bullshit, but it's fun to talk about. Yeah. We'd all make the joke. Like when we were having bad grades, we'd be man,
it's not,
I just wish I had the right roommate.
No, it's not. It's real because it's in the charter. You just gotta go look.
Well, for these guys, it was.
It's in the library.
No, I love that. No, he goes, it's in this place called a library. Josh, take me there. You know where the library is. Take me to the library, Josh. They get in there and they see all the books, and he goes, we have a place like this?
I don't like this. It's creepy. Dude, don't leave me by myself.
Everything he said in the whole movie about libraries, I loved. Even like later on, like when he checks out books and he goes, I actually kind of like this.
Yeah, you can just take them. I didn't know they'd let you do that.
Everything that this character says about libraries is fucking beautiful, dude. Like whoever wrote that knew how to like dance that line of like, I can make this super funny, but also make people maybe want to use the library, right? Yeah. Like it's that perfect line of being like, ha ha ha, ha. But wait, maybe I do want to go get a book.
Libraries suck now. There's like no books in there anymore.
No, because now they expect everybody to.
Yeah.
Just get Audible. You're going there for the internet. That's why most libraries even have like a sign outside like, use our internet whenever you feel like it.
For internet and Magic the Gathering fucking tournaments.
Hey, whatever though. As a kid that played when I was like 12, I wish there was a place that would have let us play at 12.
That's fair. It would have been nice to have somewhere to play D&D.
Actual place to go do these things.
Instead of like randomly being like, is it cool? Are your parents cool with it this weekend?
All I'm telling you, Bo, is you're close to being the stay off my lawn guy. Like,
Hey, you goddamn kids.
Yeah. Take one step back and appreciate for like the fact that like
I am a crotchety old man. We all know this.
I know, and I'm here to help try to pull you back a little bit from time to time. As the older one of us, I'm the one that's trying to be like, Bo, we're not there yet. Come on now.
Scrunch up real quick.
But yeah, so they head to the library.
Yes, very important. It's very different. Everyone knows a library is old and creepy with leather-bound tomes.
Well, that's what they see.
A library, on the other hand, is nice.
That's what they see, though, right?
Yes,
they go there, and that's exactly like they see the charter that's under the glass, and it's dusty and covered leather-bound.
The great tome of
probably
Gale,
smells like
whatever
human
academy.
Skin for some weird reason.
It's the Necronomicon,
right? Like it looks
waiting for an eye to open.
But yeah, so when they get there, they read it, and they do indeed find what they were looking for.
Yeah,
it is part
real.
of the charter of the school.
Yeah,
I'll go make a copy.
After you ripped the page
I
out.
know, I love it, dude. I love it.
Well, you just take the page with you.
Like
you already fucking ruined this ancient tome that we've found here.
And then he yells out loud after getting the copy, Josh, I got the copy.
I
was able to copy that book. The page right here. I have it.
Everybody is shushing me. What the fuck? You're in a library, asshole.
God damn. The dumb things that shouldn't be as funny as they are, I laugh.
Even me watching the movies, like, shut up.
I laughed so hard at the dumbness of that joke, dude. It was so good. Like, it was so simple, but so funny.
If you watch, the best thing about it is the chick off in like the right side of the screen.
I know the one you're talking about.
So pissed about it.
Unbelievable.
She sold it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sometimes an extra goes above and beyond.
I appreciate
She's our extra.
It's like that one extra in that one movie is just like, yeah. It's in the memes. Yeah. We all know who he is.
Gotta love it, dude. Sometimes
green Letterman jacket guy.
I know exactly. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. It was really good. He's ready though, right?
Yeah.
Coop is ready.
Coop is ready.
Specific. Coop is ready. He's fully checked in.
Josh looks at him. He's like, I'm not gonna kill myself. He's like, I mean, come on, man, be a sport.
And then Josh is like, I'm not on board for this. This is
at all.
Then Coop is like, Kyle. He's like, who's? I love that they're all ready. It's been like a month, and they're already.
Are you talking about
Kyle?
Murder? We can't kill Kyle.
No, the fact he didn't even remember him at all, though. That was what was funny. Josh, who's Kyle? What?
Our original the angry roommate. Guy.
Oh yeah, there was another.
We haven't
guy.
seen him for like 3 months. That's
so they've not even used that room. It's been
I guess they just haven't walked over.
That's crazy.
Now I think about it, do they ever even use that like common area? They're always in.
No, they're always
like that
in their room. Yeah,
their bedroom.
I don't know, dude. They got
like having.
Well, they got used to when Kyle was there, and then they just never.
Totally,
they never changed how they live.
We just stay in here. We have that like nice space in between us.
This is when he has his conversation with the admissions lady, and she's like, "By the way, B+," and he's like, "Oh.
Fuck.
Okay. Why are you so freaked out? It's not like you failed your midterms." Sure.
Cut to him like getting his midterm big F over. They didn't even individually write it. It's just one giant F over all of his classes.
Listen, the conversation he then has when he runs up to fucking Coop is, I love this. He's just like, dude, I'm failing all of my classes.
Yep.
Not only am I failing them, Coop, I'm telling you right now, I've done the math.
It is mathematically impossible
for me to get I'd have to get an A+++++.
Which isn't even a thing.
Yeah.
That's not a thing you can do.
He's somehow mathematically giving a plus a percentage, right? He's like,
yeah.
So each plus is this far over 100.
What's the mathematical configuration of a plus to a...
I would say it's...
What is it? Hang on. A variable? Is that what it's called?
I would just tell you that a plus is...
A nomial. There it is.
I would just say that we'll call a plus a 4% because it's got 4 points.
Yeah, there you go. I like
so then
it.
An A++++, he needs 120% from each class.
You can do 120%. Come on. Haven't you ever watched what's his name? He used to be a Navy SEAL. Ran all the way across the goddamn desert with broken feet. internet, help me out. You know what I'm
Yeah, I was
talking
gonna say,
about.
dude, you're outside my knowledge of my wheelhouse knowledge.
Every time I see him, he's crazy. He's like, I just climbed Mount Everest on my fucking, stair step master.
Oh, I think I have seen a couple.
Yeah,
of
you know what
memes
I'm
of
talking
that,
about.
Yeah. I don't know his name. But I've
I don't
seen the
either, but
memes.
like
Yeah,
that guy.
But yeah, this is it again. It was so crazy that he did the work to figure out mathematically, I can't do this.
Yep.
It's so far beyond that I mean, because again, high school, we all know teachers would throw the random, like, some kid had 115% for sure. Some kid.
Extra credit.
Right? College is like,
got bonus points.
if there was extra credit in a college class, it was usually one of those things where the teacher would specifically then say, but you can never have above 100, or you can never do this. You can't get enough to do this. Like, not only would he never have been able to get what he just said,
right,
that even if he could, it wouldn't average out the way he thought, because they would have like closed off how high it averaged.
Yeah, they'd have capped it.
Yeah. So again, unless they did it like a bell curve and he hit the top every time, so he was therefore like.
Isn't that the one that like fucks everybody?
It fucks everybody else.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, no, nobody wants that.
No, they don't. That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants it, but that'd be the only way he could have gotten out of it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. You hit the peak.
But so he does. He realizes, oh shit, I guess I now have to be on board, right?
Yep.
Like that's what happens here. He's like,
all right,
fuck me, I kind of have to do this.
What do we do here?
No, this was great. He goes to the room to talk to fucking Coop about it. And as soon as he walks to the room, there's a chalkboard, and that's when he breaks down the
plan.
That's when he's breaking. Well, before the plan, he breaks down his math stuff. He's like, remember,
like,
he's
look, I'm screwed. I was on a track.
I was gonna go this way. But now this has happened, and I can't get this way.
And I can't get
here.
back on the track. You fucked me here.
I love how convenient and how funny that was, that he sees it, and he's like, what's this? And he's like, chalkboard. Okay,
good. I can use this.
Chalk?
Is this it? Can I have it?
Good.
All right. Now
okay, like I was saying,
I have my own presentation, motherfucker. This is all your fault.
I love it, dude. It was so funny. And then as soon as he finishes talking, dude, like, Goop slaps it over, and he goes, now let me show you this. Hits him in the face with it. He's like, holds
his nose. He's like, oh shit, I'm sorry.
He's like, okay, but still, seriously, look at what I have to say here.
We do this. We get somebody off the mental health thing,
notice that the
key
part of the plan, though, is no matter what, he needed Josh on board.
Because he's in charge of the
housing. He needed someone on the inside who could make it look like the person lived with him.
Yeah. So no matter what, I need him to work with me.
And so even in the very beginning, like, he knows he has to be, but Josh was still like, I don't think so.
Kind of icky.
You're not
right.
Gonna. He's like, look, man, I'm telling you, I've got this.
We get Guy Z, who was gonna die anyway.
Mr. Z.
Why shouldn't he die here with us, where we're his friends, and then we benefit from the fact that he kind of offed himself?
Dude, I'm telling you, I just don't think I can do it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I get it.
I get it.
I think your mom called, left a message
plays
on the machine.
fucking message, and she's like, honey, I'm so proud of you, and it sounded like you were having a hard time, but I just want you to know I expect straight A's, because we expect everything out of you.
Oh shit.
He's just like, oh god damn it,
straight A's?
I can't do that right now.
So I can't even get a B plus.
Yeah, I can't
which
even
is close.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Even to get a B plus average, I'm still fucked. I can't definitely can't get straight A's.
So he's like, what am I gonna do? So I guess I have to do this. That was his like rise to fucking arms, right? Yep. That was his like, I have to join my boy, and we gotta do this.
It's
shit. This was so fun. This was he's got too much. Well, we get two things. We get the very brief. Is this when we start to see everybody think they're in a relationship? No, that's after this. That's after this. First is them in their.
They got to go get the files.
Spy gear?
Their spy gear.
Holy shit!
They go like Mission Impossible, trying to break into the records room.
Yes, man.
And it's the weirdest records room ever. It's a maze. Why are literally a fucking maze with like dead ends of cabinets and shit, and he's running around through it like, I'm lost. Oh my god, Dinah, help me! They had the code names and shit.
Dinah and Panther.
Why are you Panther?
Oh no, the first time the roommates thought they were in a relationship was before this, because the first time they see them was in the bushes casing the building.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So the fact that they're breaking in, they definitely got caught the first time. Yeah, but the first time was real simple, right? The first time,
there's like
it was harmless. Really,
is that you guys? They kind of dive
and they
in
drop
the
down,
bushes?
and all that happens is Josh makes the simple statement. They probably
Can we get some privacy, man?
Well, Josh goes, they probably think we're making out.
Yeah, I know.
Totally oblivious to it.
That's a good cover.
Coop was so funny
as
about
long
that.
as they don't know what we're actually doing,
right?
Which is kind of
but
a
Coop
felony.
Didn't even
I'm
get
sure.
like Josh is like, I don't care about that though.
Did you not fucking hear me, man?
I don't care. I never thought they knew what we were actually doing. I'm trying to tell you that I don't want them to think.
I don't want them to think we're making out behind the bushes, man. What the fuck?
We're roommates. I don't need them to think that we're like housemates. You know what I'm saying? Like dude, what are we doing?
We're bunkmates.
Yeah, like what are we doing here, dude? It's like slow. Like
I don't want them to think I'm the big spoon.
Right? Just saying. Yeah, so it was good. Dinah and Panther, Cobra and Panther. I love that, dude. Like
whatever, man.
Why does it matter
Never
so much
calls
to
him
you?
Cobra though. When the security guard guy shows up after he shit kicks the fucking cabinet open.
Listen. The whole thing where they do this Mission Impossible style like break in.
It's like it's like if Mad TV did Mission Impossible.
Listen. Fucking Josh, I don't even think it's I'm helping you 12 feet down. I don't even know if we needed rope. What?
Don't worry.
What are we doing?
Yeah, he probably could have just like fucking dropped.
Well, he could have held him and
yeah, there you go. Bloop.
Like how tall is Josh?
About 6 feet. Right?
Wingspan's pretty good, dude.
Maybe.
Well, and then also on top of that,
30% chance he twists his ankle.
No, listen. On top of that, I'll tell you how far did he actually end up dropping because Josh couldn't hang him from a rope.
Yeah,
probably the same distance his feet might have been hanging,
but he landed on his face. So yeah, we probably should have just lowered him.
Yes, and just
from the window. Yeah. Fuck all the rope shit.
Yep, that's what I think.
Yeah,
Josh was right.
It looked cool though.
Not to mention all of it was dumb because it was broken glass inside, which is probably what drew the security guards there.
Oh, exactly. It set off the fucking motion sensors as soon as it fell.
Oh, I love that you think this college had motion sensors in that building in 1998. They didn't have anything.
I was thinking, like entrapment style.
Yeah,
I know.
He's
gonna have to like do like the laser grid bendy bullshit.
What I'm telling you is it was just the sound of breaking glass in this old building on a college campus that made the security guards come. Somebody called it in. I think I heard glass smash. I better go check that out. That's what happened. But yeah, he gets in. He can't find us. I love that they showed the top-down view,
right?
So that way we can see that it was
cabinets. I'm lost. Where do I go? And small plot hole. How does Josh know where he is in relation to him in the building? It's not like he has like
funny. That's why it's so funny that he's like left.
Go left.
No, right.
No, right.
Without knowing.
South hallway.
Without knowing if he had turned yet.
Yeah.
Which means that maybe he meant to tell him go way right. Go all the way back.
At least
around.
in like the Mission Impossible movies, there's like somebody's watching a video screen of a little dot going through something.
Well, that's why it's so good. Plus, you clocked that part, but you didn't clock the bigger part. If you're trying to look at it from a continuity point of view. Josh then tells him it should be right in front of you. You'll definitely see it, right? So Josh is meaning right in front of him.
Yeah.
Coop sees it over the top and then jumps over, meaning that he's not looking at the one that Josh thought he was. I mean,
that's right.
Like they were not talking about the same places at any point in time, but they did end up having to find the files. Thankfully, somehow they found it.
He loses half of them here in a fucking second.
Look, they got the ones for the people they saw leave the building. That's all that matters.
That's true. They
coincidentally
they missed Pickles' file.
I don't think Pickles'
file was in there. I don't think all of his bullshit.
We're still not there. I don't think he has one. This is our subtle like. People know what's coming.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
think he
what
has
am I
one.
talking
Yeah,
about?
I don't think he has one. When we get there, I'll talk about it. I don't think he has one. The rest of these people, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. For different reasons, than what they think. Yeah, this was our They leave. They, dude, when the security guards show up. Josh says, "Dude, we gotta go."
Yeah, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
So we have the two of them making their great escape. Luckily, Josh on the roof gets some easy runaway.
Yeah,
He's
he's
no problems
he's
whatsoever.
just like, sorry about, I'm out of here.
Well, I mean, you gotta take care of
Get
yourself
out,
in a
man,
situation
get
like
out.
that. And then Coop though runs through the building and then passes every door imaginable, just so that way he can dive through lower than ground floor window. Right,
It's
like
one of those. It's one of those like knee height.
Yeah.
Long windows,
Yeah,
right?
something.
If you just trip out of
Yeah,
it.
he dives and he's literally like, I mean, he's essentially like, he's only like 2 inches above the air before
Right.
hitting the grass, right? Like, it's insane. The way you were prepared for it to be so
Right.
much more epic.
I
It was epic.
I was
I'm not
waiting
saying
for it
it's
to
not.
cut to like he's on the 3rd floor and he's gonna land in like a trash can and shit.
No, totally not.
No.
Nothing fun. Nothing. Well, I mean, it was fun.
It was, but he's like 2 feet.
Yeah.
Plop.
Nothing as dangerous as he wanted it to be, for sure.
The glass.
The glass could have cut him. I agree.
I don't
Well,
think it
but
would
they
have
were
killed
in
him,
that.
but
They were in that spy gear.
yeah.
I mean,
He had like
Daddy's
the
money
tack
bought him
vest and
some
shit.
spy
Yeah,
gear.
no, they didn't get through that.
Probably not. He was probably safe. He was probably good.
It was a stuntman anyway.
But then we get to see them get back to their room, and we get the classic Van Damme, Van Damme, Van Damme.
All right, it's pathetic now.
Yeah. Now it's weird.
But we were so Van Damme, man.
It was so good. After that, we have the montage of the winners.
The winners.
Right?
We got our winners. We just got like the conspiracy room, right? With like pictures and string and shit going everywhere. It's like, all right, here's our 4 guys.
Exactly. Like, well, and one of them is Coop's pick.
Yeah.
The rest of them are Josh's picks. It's very important for later. They argue about this a lot
because Coop likes the first guy.
Well, and he's Cliff, and he's like Cliff from the beginning, like right. Even when they did the outside, like the building, just kind of looking, and they didn't know notes about him yet. He was like, "I'm telling you,
that guy right there is jittery.
Something about that guy reads to me like he's gonna." And so, like, it was just perfect that when they got the notes, he found the same. He was like,
"Yeah, he's like, oh, I got a psych record." He's like,
I was so right,
dangerous, homicidal, alcoholic.
Telling you. Yeah, so again,
bit of a death wish.
So he thinks his is the perfect choice. I have my doubts.
I would have looked at that guy. I was like, he's not gonna like kill himself. He's just going to get killed.
Yeah,
and that could happen randomly at any time. We have a time limit here, buddy.
Yeah. And again, like,
I guess if you just kept taking him on increasingly more dangerous shit for the 3 weeks.
Yeah. I suppose.
But then you start bordering into like murder because you're like, oh, we're going hang gliding. I'm going to not buckle your thing.
Yeah. One thing that we skipped over before they did the full amount of research on Cliff and his death wish, because he went to the library. Remember, he came back. Yeah. Was that Josh went to the head of the psych department?
Oh yeah, to ask about suicide and stuff.
Look, he says, he looks at the guy and he says, the line was, if someone's really depressed and contemplating suicide, I don't know about you, this man created Papa Roach.
Yeah.
Right there. Like the way he delivered the line when he's looking at the guy and contemplating suicide, like I was just immediately, I was like,
because I'm losing my sight,
yeah, dude.
Losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me how.
I'm telling you right now, it was one of those things where I was like, you can't use those two words beside each other in
and
my head,
automatically
not immediately put those together. But that is unfortunate for him. Exactly what
I didn't like this. I like that the professor wanted to help. I did not like that he had an automatic door.
I don't
pushed the button and it like locked.
I would like it if the professor wanted to help. I don't know if help's the right word for what this guy was trying to do. This dude was like, it was almost like he was like, new specimen.
Oh yeah, he's like, ooh, something to study.
New science
makes the door
experiment.
even worse.
Yeah. New science experiment. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully he was the guy that actually wanted to help, and he was like, I don't want this guy to run before I can help him.
I've had too many of those. Every time I'm like, no, I just want to help. I'm just chasing him with the needle. It's a sedative.
Josh gets outside. He bumps into what's it, Rachel?
Rachel,
yeah. He bumps into Rachel, and she's just like, I got a short story. You told me you were going to read my short story.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, I'll
Hands
definitely
it to
do
her.
that.
She's fucking like this thick. You wouldn't happen to have a short story, would you?
It was good. She was like, "Man, are you okay? Yeah, you look like someone died. No one died
Yet.
died. No,
What
I
is it?
was like, yeah, good cover, man. No
Yep.
one died. No one's gonna die.
Yeah.
Who's talking about death? What?
Nobody's talking about that. What are you doing?
No one's gonna show up dead in my room. I mean, my roommate's room. I mean, in my
Coop pops out
dorm.
the window. He's like, dude, come on, we have decisions to make.
Exactly. Today is choosing day. That's what I
Yeah.
said. We jumped ahead a little bit because most of the stuff we hear about Cliff was on choosing day. Like we saw the brief part on the 4. We saw because they were like the
I gave like a breakdown of each
yeah.
one.
The first day we got like the top 4 contenders, right? Like now we get like everybody on those 4. Like apparently no one else was a good enough contender, so now we get the full breakdown on these 4. And so yeah, Cliff was the one. Coop, I can't believe Coop pushes and wins,
right?
Because again, all of Josh's candidates, I mean none of their candidates are good.
No.
Let's start here.
Now they're like the textbook version of what suicidal people are supposed to be, but it's what
we keep saying 4. It's only 3, right? Why do we say 4?
Cliff, Buckley,
and Matt.
Yeah, no, it's 3.
3.
Yeah.
Oops.
Was there a 4th one?
No.
Okay.
No. Let us know, guys.
We're trying to put Kyle in there because he's the roommate.
Yeah, that's what it is. He has because they have one real roommate. They have, yeah. I hope that's what it is.
Me too. We're gonna go with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get hung up on it. I'm just saying. Yeah, they do go with Cliff. And again, Coop's reasoning for this being he's got a death wish. My thing with that is a death wish and suicide. Like, we let it slide. I told you we could have one.
Yeah,
I think you slid already.
Off himself.
Yes, that's fine. I think I'm at least good enough with it. Well, that's not even cutesy. Come on.
I know, but it bothers me.
Off himself is what you might even have said had you just not. It's the fact that I'm telling you not to use the other word. That's all.
Right now I'm bothered.
I was right to say because the other one's technically real clinical, and I know you wouldn't use the clinical word all the time. You would probably. It's just because I'm telling you not to use the clinical word.
Well, you're not telling me. YouTube is telling me. It's not Shane's fault. It's YouTube. I'm looking at you.
I meant like the collective.
Yeah,
not like
the collective we.
Yeah. Wasn't trying to say I personally was stopping you.
Are not amused.
Don't make me pull out the tape, but but yeah. So at this point, though, like I was saying, the death wish though is not the same, right? Like to me,
no.
Death wish implies something very different. It means that you don't care if you die.
Yeah,
but it's not saying you want to do it to yourself, which is what the other one is, right? We can all agree on that. And so like I said, my notes are like death wishes Riggs from Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Right? Like Riggs didn't care if he died. He might even put himself in situations where he might well die.
Yeah.
But he wasn't trying to off himself. He wasn't trying to be the reason. We all know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think that it matters because when they looked this up, it was very clear in the wording on what would get them a free ride.
By their own hand must this be done.
I don't
Thus
think this
spake the tome.
Well, and I mean, technically it's still by his own hand, but if it's an accident, like half of the things that might have offed him, Cliff specifically,
he got killed in a car accident because he was drunk being chased by cops.
Or he fell off a roof like when we thought he
here in a second. Yeah.
Those are the things where you're like, that's an accident. Are we going to be like,
is it his own fault? Yeah, but he didn't mean to do it.
Right? Like I feel like it's questionable, and I feel like
the school's lawyer would definitely argue.
And I feel like Josh, as the more intelligent
would know
person, would be the one that should push harder against Coop for this. He should be like, Coop, listen to me. As the one who's gone to classes and knew what a library
It's a library.
Maybe
take me to the library, Josh. You know where
remember,
it is.
This was the one when Josh comes back and he's got the extra books, right? This was the one where he was
they let you check these out. Did you know that?
I'm really starting to like this. It's kind of fun.
They just let you take these. It's great.
Yeah.
You got to take them back though. Did they tell him that part? He just kept all the books.
Yeah, he slowly made his own library.
Right, he's on the shelf.
His own library.
I'm not gonna lie, I've done it.
Shh, not on camera, bro.
Hey, man, it was 20 years ago. Stolen from the high school library. Statute of limitations.
You hope.
They're going to come get me for the 3 copies of British Empire that I took.
Well, that's when you have to hope that they're going to get you for the cost of the book and not the cost of the late fees. For 20 years.
Yeah,
this is
20
why
years
I'm saying,
of late fees.
Yeah. This is what you got to be careful for. All right. On this, though, they officially make their trek to the frat to go see Cliff. You know it's bad when the dude is being thrown out by the frat. The fraternity was like, dude, you're so fucking wild. You're so insane. Yeah, exactly. No, he said they got some kind of noise ordinance.
Yeah.
Like, I'm too loud. I don't know what they're talking about.
No, like,
as they walked up and he was on the roof screaming at the quad.
This is it. Oh, like balancing and shit.
Well, he was like
hanging from the rail.
Fake falling until he really was stuck. Yeah, he was actually worried about falling. It was
Which is how it always happens.
This is the dude, though. Yeah, this is who they think is going to get it. They finally get him in. They're in his room upstairs when they're talking to him. This was disgusting.
Yes.
I got some beers. You want to drink them?
Just pulling him out of nowhere. Hands one to Josh. Takes that one's not beer.
Oops.
Don't pee in bottles. It's gross.
If you're in a fraternity dude's room, don't take bottles that weren't closed.
Yeah, don't take an unopened bottle.
That's good advice for men and women, right? Like for women, obviously we know why I'm saying
we know
that.
why. But for dudes, that guy might have pissed in it.
He might have pissed in it.
Ashed a cigarette.
It could have been sitting there open for 5 days.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know.
Beer does mold.
Well, and even if it didn't mold, dude, it would be flat. I mean, it would taste like even if it was not like bad, it would be bad. It would be nasty tasting.
You'd know as soon as it happened. I think Josh took too long.
Oh no,
I feel like he didn't need to be told that's not beer. The second he went, he should have spit it out and be like, "What the fuck?"
I'm gonna tell you right now. I almost feel like whatever the hell Cliff drank was also pee. Did you see how weirdly it bubbled? That didn't bubble like beer.
But he's the kind of guy who would.
Oh no, he would have full sail.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have let you know.
Full send, going for it. He'd do the little tornado thing to go real quick.
He'd be like, "I drink so much, there's still alcohol in that."
Gross.
He's the dude, though. He's the type.
He's that guy.
He turns back around after the whole beer thing. He just looks at me. He's like, "I got a question for you. You two guys ever get horny?"
That weird noise. I can't.
I have to contort my face. I apologize, Patreon people, for the weirdness you just had to see.
Gross noise that just happened.
Well, the noise and the face I had to make the sound.
The face was funny, at least.
But yeah, but that's what we remember. Like we already said from the beginning, like that's what you remember about the movie. Cliff. These things, that sound.
He's all through the trailer too.
Yes. Well, and again, it's like so much of it was not even like that. He's all through the trailer. It's like that, like 5 minute, the introduction scene. So much of the wild. He says so much wild shit in those first 5 minutes, where it's like, we can fill a trailer.
Yeah, you're the movie man. Let's go. You're the guy who's getting people in here.
Unfortunately, that's not true. But we do get more of him than the rest of them, right? Because
he just keeps
the rest of them would essentially be just the amount of time that we get for the beginning, like meet him type, right? Like, but for him, we get this extra scene of let's take him to meet the girls,
which was so fucking.
Well, dude, Josh wasn't up.
I know it's all Cooper's fault. Coop's just like, let's go. We're gonna.
Josh knows girls.
Some chicks.
He's going to talk to him right now.
What the fuck are you doing to me, man? Why? I thought you were my friend.
Coop's like, dude, the blind, dumb hope in Coop's
just
like face. Like, he doesn't even realize he's pissing him off. He's just like, no, it's
good. We can get him in and it'll be great. And then he'll die.
Well, it's perfect. We got what we want.
This is the worst interaction ever.
Dude, from get one, he's sitting in the room. Did he bring the bong? Was it theirs?
I don't know.
The way he's sitting there and smoking completely by himself, it feels like he brought that.
He just pulled it out of his pocket. It was like, all right, cool.
Right? Because nobody else was smoking. He had to stop everything to ask. You know, he was like, y'all want to do this? Which definitely feels like there's no way it's theirs. Who picks up? Like, I mean, it's a dorm room. You wouldn't leave it sitting out. You got to make sure the RA doesn't see that. So they would have had to pull it out, right? No, this dude totally had like in the hoodie pocket, you know, the one pocket in the hoodie.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly that pocket. He had a
just
bong
kind of holding it,
probably ice so that way it could melt
slower
into the water.
We don't do that stuff.
No, I mean,
this is all
it's
internet
ice
research.
Ice melts. I just know this, right? I mean, this is just common sense.
Yeah,
that's all that is. But yeah, he smokes in this room. He is getting ripped, and then all of a sudden he stops. He looks up at the girls, and he's just like,
"Which one's
you guys
me?"
are?" He's kind of like he stares at them first. He's kind of like just staring. He's like, they're all so pretty. You know what I mean? He's got this creepy look where he's like, it doesn't even matter to me.
It's like they're all
because
so
you know,
pretty.
like if it mattered, he might have looked over at the guys and been like, I want that one. But this was one of those moments where he was just like, yeah, they're all good. Which
just leans over. I want the fat one.
Well, he'd have been the type, and we get there.
Would.
We get there. He tells us. But yeah, he's just like, which one's mine? Like I don't even care. And Josh was like, what? Which one? Like louder than the first time.
Yeah.
The girls are like 6 inches away from them,
looking terrified. They're all like,
please
like
don't,
holding each other. Like
they're all like, please don't. Like Rachel's the only one that knows she's safe. She knows Josh won't say Rachel.
The other two were like,
please, for the love of God, is he gonna sell? Is he gonna send me?
Pick her, not me.
Is he sending me up the river right now? What's happening,
Josh, buddy? I was nice to you.
Yeah. Should Kristen's looking at Coop like Coop? We've got something.
What are we, man?
What are we doing?
Your dick.
Yeah. What are we doing? You can't do this to me. And so then Josh comes in to save the day. Oh, I think they're all lesbians. Coop goes with it so quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally.
That's what it is. The lesbians?
Like he's never even seen one before in real life.
The best part wasn't even the excitement. The best part was you guys are so cool.
It's like he saw a panda bear or something. Like, that's awesome. Lesbians.
You guys know that? That's dope.
That's awesome.
Right? Like, I love it, dude. It was so funny because then he just immediately looks up at the girls like, so, bunch of lesbos. The girls are so confused.
Just like, oh my God, why is he fucking in here?
Then he stops everything, looks up at the poster on the wall. Who painted this?
I like Rachel's. I did.
No, dude, the scene was so good because
it's so smooth.
The amount of like, is he for real or is he not?
Yeah.
That you can read from the girls' like faces as they're playing in the scene is great. Like you can tell they're constantly like, I don't know if he's actually that dumb
or if he's joking.
What is happening?
Are you trying to be funny or are you? Because
it's kind of funny.
It is
if he's being intentional.
Yeah, I've made dumber jokes than that.
Yes, if he thought it was a painting. Again, it being a thing that literally still had the word. It had the words.
The like New York Art Museum.
You're like, yeah,
Vincent Van Gogh.
I painted all of it. I painted the words. At the bottom, it's all me. I'm really good at typeface.
Yeah, dude,
I can freehand
my line
typeface.
work.
Yeah, perfect, superb. Yeah. So then he stops. And he looks back over at the girls. And he was like, I should be a gentleman here.
Yeah.
You guys want to smoke
weed? How about you?
No, that was good. None of them said yes. He just forced.
He's eeny meaning in his head. Which one?
He forced Allison Hannigan.
Yeah, he did.
Right? Like he was just like, you want to do it, and she's like, I guess.
Sure.
She tries to take the lighter.
I'll do it. I'm a gentleman.
Dude, this was crazy. It was also like he sets her hair on fire. This was the most mannish stunt double I've ever seen, though. He was a tiny man, it was a man.
But the arms are like hairy all of a sudden.
Yeah. And if this was a woman, we apologize. But I mean, the silhouette, everything about it, it looked very much like it was a tiny man that they set on fire.
Good hiding her face with the hair.
That was good-ish. The wig was maybe not great. It was a little like extra like poofy. Like again, probably to make it burn better for the visual effect of it all. But it was very poofy. Yeah. So now her hair, like they cut to like her with the singed off like all the way up to
fix it. He pops up.
I guess that means a BJ's out of the question.
She should have elbowed him in the face. Crack.
When they're walking out is my favorite because obviously they get thrown out.
Yeah,
when they're walking out is it's classic though because he's just like, all I'm saying is I was taught that you stop, drop, and roll. I wouldn't sit and scream like some girl.
That's all I'm saying. But you guys know what we should do? We should go get some hookers. I know a great one. Carl. She's great.
Carl.
Gonna go find Carl. Gonna find Carl.
And on the way, he decides to really show the death wish of it all, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's like playing chicken on the road with people, right? Like doing crazy, like he's probably doing the bright lights.
Yeah, no, Coop's great. He's just got in the back going with everything. Even when they almost hit that car, he's just like, wow, this is crazy.
And then he's like, yeah, you got to play chicken sometimes. And then his last game of chicken was slamming on the brakes right behind a parked cop car.
Yep.
Which in and of itself is already insane.
Yeah, no, the cops immediately would have been like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, and they didn't, which they should have counted their blessings. Fuck no, dude. He said, guys, let's fuck with these cops. But didn't tell them let's fuck with these cops. No, he's just
like, will you ask them where I-95
we need directions.
is?
Yeah, he's like, we need directions.
Back to the rolls the window down. I smell bacon. What's up, Biggie? Biggie.
Starts a high-speed chase down the road, and as if the high-speed chase wasn't enough, pulls a gun out of nowhere.
Sweet fucking Luger, dude. Fucking nice. Where'd he get it? They really hate it when you do this, though. Bang, 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 bang.
Those two finally
bail, dude.
This is the most intelligent thing.
This is the smartest thing to do in the whole movie.
Yeah, definitely.
They dive out of the car, just roll in the ditch, and let it all go past them.
Stick out their thumb to hitchhike back. Josh, you really got to put it out there so they can see it.
Damn it, fine.
On the empty road.
He is so mad at Coop right now.
It's an empty road. The movie doesn't do justice for the fact that
it's almost a gravel road.
Well, that they definitely didn't get it right. They walked the whole.
They walked the whole fucking way back.
10, 15 miles back to campus. They walked. They didn't do that justice. I feel like.
I love it when they get back to their room though. All the other guys are like playing hockey out in the hallway and shit, and they go in their room, slam the door, and start having just the gayest sounding argument ever.
It's funny because right before the one dude is telling the others like, yeah, we caught them.
Yeah, making out in a bush.
Like they're like I'm telling you.
I was Pickles who was like, no, they're not. And then they start just like, why'd you pull out of me? I was like, I don't feel like you know what you're doing. You are so anal. And they all just drop their shit and walk off.
I didn't think we'd need protection.
Yeah, right? Sounds really bad from the other side of the door.
Totally thought it was a harmless situation that we wouldn't need to protect ourselves in.
Right?
Yeah, it was good. It's one of those jokes that they only do it twice. And I'm glad they didn't. They could, like a lot of times you might have seen them lean into like constantly doing that.
There'd be like
the guys.
2, 3 more of these.
They do it this time and one more time later on, and it's perfect.
Oh, the last one's great because
I know the last one's so simple, and that's why I mean like it's icing on the cake.
Payoff for it
because they don't address it. It's just like a half-second look. It's good. Yeah, it's good. They think everything's safe though. They're back at the room and they're like, okay. We can all agree
that was a bad idea.
That Cliff was the wrong person, right?
Like, Josh is like, now we're gonna go with my guy.
It's my choice, right?
My turn.
Your choice is bad. I love the way he starts saying this stuff. He's like, your choice, stink. He's like, stinky poo poo. Your choice, awful, right? My choice, golden,
right? Rainbows, sunshine, butterflies.
Except for not that. You don't want that imagery because he's. Yeah, I do. You don't want that imagery.
Yeah,
because we went skulls.
Skulls, death, blood, and rage.
Knife, blood. Yeah, I mean, you get what I'm saying. Like
Slayer video.
That's what they think. That's what they think they want. But yeah, so now it's time to officially move on to our choice number 2, Buckley.
Buckley, my favorite one.
Buckley's your favorite?
I love this guy. He cracks me up.
No, Buckley is... So they went from Death Wish to paranoid...
Schizophrenic?
Well, I don't even know if he's schizophrenic because...
He doesn't see other people.
Yeah.
Just super conspiracy nut.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Super paranoid. Definitely delusional.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I'm not a psych guy. I couldn't give the...
No.
If we got fans that are psych people, give us the official diagnosis this guy has. Go as deep as you can. Really flesh it out.
Like, give me a full paragraph on what the hell's wrong with Buckley.
Yeah, but so Buckley is really fun though. From the first, dude, like when they go talk to him the first time, and he's already just like,
"You like computers? No.
Well,
You're on a computer. No, I'm not."
He's instantly got that like, "Why are you talking to me?
Who sent
People
you?
don't talk to me.
What? You work for the government? Did Bill Gates send you?"
Well, that's the best. No, dude. Like I absolutely love that part. The fact that it's Bill Gates. That's the person that he thinks it is. Bill Gates is great, dude.
Because Coop goes to talk to him in his room and shit, and he finally breaks it down. He's like, "Bill, I fell asleep at a train station, and they came and they took half my brain. Now Bill Gates wants the other half, and I am this close to killing myself to stop the apocalypse. But you can help me. You're a friend." And Coop's just like, "Yeah, man, you can come stay with us.
Exactly.
We'll protect you."
Well, because at that point, this is what was super great about their plan.
Yeah.
Because we never really got to see all the steps for the other two, right?
Yeah.
But Buckley is the one where we get to see all the steps. So literally, while he went to go tell Buckley, "We're gonna hide you in our room," he had Josh go fill the paperwork out to make him look like the roommate.
Yep.
So Buckley never knew that he was going to be listed as a roommate. Buckley thought he was just hiding. That's so great, dude.
Yep.
The way that worked. But so then as soon as Josh is finished doing this is what, like, Josh
so
was
did he
running.
have it with him? He's like at the computer, types that shit in, throws on the fucking Kim suit bullshit,
dude,
and then
listen,
runs to the window.
It's worse than what you think. This is 98. He would have had to have been in the office. There's no way there was an internet that he could have hacked into and done that from home. No, he had to have been in that office. So he was running across campus. That we didn't get to see the hilarity of Josh like darting around campus to make this part happen so quickly.
No, reshoot. I wanted like Superman change in the fucking closet into the suit thing and then book it.
For it to be as fast as like the way they had, that's what had to have happened. But yeah, so this was what was great. The last thing that Coop said to Buckley to really like sell the conspiracy of it all, right, was he was like,
"I smell chemicals.
Do you smell that?
I think they've sprayed the building.
Neutrinos." Which is a thing.
Neutrino beams.
Yeah,
they're trying to magnetically take my brain. I wrote my notes. I was like, "That's not how neutrinos work."
Dude, and so then he opens and he sees Josh out there spraying, and he's now this,
double arming it too.
This is I have a problem with. Josh is outside, full hazmat suit. We see, you cannot tell who it is.
No,
right? Absolutely 100% cannot know who it is. Buckley runs out. They got what they needed. Coop definitely goes off with him. Rachel shows up and is trying to tell the person that she sees spraying shit, like, "Stop. Like, who the fuck are you? That doesn't seem okay or safe."
She recognizes him.
Instantly. He looks up and she goes, "Josh?"
Yeah, you can't see through that wavy plastic face mask he's wearing.
And don't get me wrong. Tom Everett Scott, tall dude. Not freakishly tall. Not tall enough that
it's not like Shaq standing there.
No. This isn't Yao
Ming?
Yeah, it's not
like
Yao.
8 feet fucking tall.
It's not someone where she instantly was like, "There's no way that's anybody else." And so I had such a problem with her being able to instantly know that it was Josh.
She didn't need to be in this movie.
No, we said they're finding ways,
but like they're just like, they have to find ways to be like, remind you, like, "Oh yeah, there she is."
Well, and this one didn't need to.
No, this one really didn't need to be.
This one affected nothing. It doesn't get referenced again. She doesn't bring it up the next time she sees him. She's not like, "You remember you were wearing that weird suit?"
Yeah. No, the next time we see her, she's like, "Did you read my story?"
She brings up the short story again. Yeah. Exactly. So we could have done this scene totally not there. I agree. Thank you. I tip my hat to you, sir, for agreeing with me on that one.
Cut her out of the fucking whole movie. We just need Allison Hannigan and Christy or Christine, whatever her name is.
The other one.
The other hot chick.
But yeah, so then we get to see in their room where they have now officially, we saw earlier they cleaned out Kyle's room. Yeah. They tore the posters out. No more girls. Yeah. And it's Buckley's. And it, dude,
he shoved all his shit in there. All this like a wall of boxes. He just sits on one.
Did Buckley come from like a dorm with the nicest rooms? How did he have that much stuff, dude? I don't know. Because already Kyle had a sweeter deal than Josh and Coop. That was already a single,
right,
in their shared triple
fucking chamber here,
right? That's nuts. Or I have a thing I want to say to you. Was it that they did that as psychological games? They were trying to be like, make him feel claustrophobic. Yeah, dude, like
maybe.
That's because
They're
again, remember,
fucked.
they didn't tell him that he was moving in. They were just hiding him. So
yeah,
maybe the boxes were like, they were like, oh, that's just our spare. But no one's gonna find you here.
Just hiding him in
Right?
all the
Like,
boxes.
I think that fits better.
It does.
They didn't tell us enough for us to know that, but I think that fits better.
Yeah, they keep fucking with him because like 5 minutes later, Josh walks in and he's just like, "Hey, Coop filled me in. Fart. Now they're gonna come after you." I love how he said fart.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, "Oh, fart. No." So he gives him the suicide hotline pamphlet thing to call.
He said, when I'm having problems,
This is what I do.
I call this. It makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We'll keep doing it. I was about to say, we already did 3 times of you about to start, and then you did it to yourself. I did it to you. I was like, yeah, just go ahead.
It'll happen eventually.
Yeah, but if we don't stop for it, what'll happen is we'll be in the middle of something, and it'll be because by that point you've just stopped yourself so many times that you're like, oh, whatever.
I don't give a shit. I want my beer.
I've done it too. Go ahead and pull me one up. That way that part's done. And I will do this because pouring is not loud.
So she hold it up to the
mic. Unless I'm like ASMRing it. Yeah, I love it. You're right. Buckley is really fun.
Yeah.
He's not my favorite just because I already went on record that Cliff is the wildness of one. Cliff. Yeah. But yeah, Buckley is a lot of fun. They're both definitely, regardless, more fun than Matt.
Yeah. Fuck Matt.
Yeah. My least favorite. We're not there yet. We got a little bit more with Buckley.
He calls the hotline.
This was good because
it's Coop.
Coop had
already
set himself up.
Up.
Earlier it was a small throwaway scene where he started the job there, and so we see that he's got the job. I have a problem with this though because how did he make sure he was the one that answered?
Only one on the phones that
day? I doubt it. Well, but even then, dude, even if it was. Like you didn't say that you think there was only ever one on the phone. You were like maybe one on the phone that day.
Yeah.
How would he guarantee that day? How does he know which day which day that Buckley's going to call? Because you hand someone a pamphlet doesn't mean they're calling the day you hand it to them.
Yep, that's true.
I have so many problems with
because plot.
Well, even like today, it's easier, right? Because we can be like, oh, today they did something where they planted it ads popping up on his computer and his phone. He just constant reminder. He's going to call it today for sure. No, it was only the pamphlet. That's the only thing that was supposed to point him towards it.
And how's that supposed to help with Bill Gates and all of his paranoia?
No, this dude never would have called that line. Well, specifically because we had already heard that part of the things he thought is that he wanted to.
He's saving the world if he kills himself.
Bill Gates wants to stop him from being the person who saves the world from Armageddon.
He screws himself here, man. He really does, because he calls, and who the fuck is it? It's Bill Gates.
No, dude.
You should be afraid.
Coop was genius for that, dude.
It's me, Buckley. Bill.
Genius for that, dude. I'm telling you right now.
He loses his goddamn mind.
He runs back to the bathroom, right?
Yep.
Or where does he go the first time?
I think he's just in his room, and Josh is like listening through that door when Coop comes in. He's like, "My guy's freaking out. My guy, how you gonna you gonna tell me a few more times? Yeah, my guy, at least 3 more times. My guy." And this is where Rachel shows up with her fucking story.
Yeah. Or somewhere in between.
It's like
somewhere.
It's like the scene in Friends with Ross and Rachel. He didn't read it and tried to lie about it.
No, it was great.
She got all pissy.
It was great that tried to lie about it, and then she immediately asked a question. He's just like,
"All right,
yeah." Well, he says he laughed.
Yeah, it was so funny.
I got a feeling this was a dramatic story, right? Like, because as soon as he said laugh, she was like, "Motherfucker, you laughed?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Am I a clown?"
She went all fucking
Pesci,
fucking Joe Pesci on her.
Yeah, exactly. Am I a clown to you?
Do I look funny? Do I say I'm using things to you? No. I want to know. I want to know right fucking now. Do you think I'm a fucking clown?
He tries to be like, baby,
baby, please don't go. But she's done with his bullshit because he's been doing this shit and kind of ignoring her.
Yeah, dude. 100%.
She's right, but I don't care.
Yeah, well, she is 100% right.
Oh yeah, totally justified.
Here's my thing. This is the point of the movie where if it hadn't been evident to you already, it should be evident now that if the two of them would have spent half as much time on class as they have been
doing
this, they would have aced their classes.
This is harder. What are you talking about?
Well, that's why I said half.
Way easier.
Well, that's why I said half.
Oh, yeah,
if they spent half as much time on this, they would still have aced their classes, dude. It's outrageous because
I can't say shit. I did dumb shit like
yeah,
this.
we all have.
No, it would have been way easier to just go to class.
Definitely. But yeah, so this is the point though. They're both all in too far for it to matter, right? And so yeah, at this point though, they're going over their plan. Buckley hears them,
and they're hiding in the
No.
bathroom.
Well,
they brought in all he brought in like the knife and pills and like all this stuff that could like kill somebody because you're supposed to remove that stuff, right?
At first they weren't even like. At first they were just like standing in the bathroom, right? But then they hear Buckley and they dart into the shower instead of their room, which it's theirs.
It's right.
They
have
a double. Buckley wouldn't have opened their door.
Right.
The bathroom is shared. That makes it the dumbest place to have this conversation. Yeah, they dart into the shower, and so then he's like looking in the mirror, and he's like ho-humming around in the bathroom a little bit.
Sees the pills, like what the fuck
is this?
And then he hears whispers
and he like
shit.
I love that he does like the mirror tilt first, and then he's like, "No, they're definitely
There's
there."
something in there.
Runs back, whips it open.
Hiya!
Fucking Coop with the noose and the knife. Like he's holding both. Like
they're like shaving with the knife. Like, oh hey man.
Oh my god. And he starts.
What's with the knife? Oh my god.
I love this. Buckley runs out of the building screaming to everybody, "I was right. I knew it.
Crazy.
I'm gonna go tell everyone."
Gather your gear and follow me. It's my favorite line from him. And I'll just look at him like, what?
But yeah, they
that fell apart.
They've officially lost everything at this point.
We got one more shot though, and this on paper seems perfect. Depressed, suicidal tendencies, all this shit.
Before we get to this guy, I have to say something. We forgot.
Oh, Cliff shows up in their room because he
ran from the police. Again, we got caught up on the Rachel, and we forgot the more exciting person who showed up in the middle of all the stuff with Buckley, which was Cliff.
Yeah.
Again, it's not even that,
wheels, like,
it's not that
to
important. I was going to say it's
shit.
not important at all.
Dude, you gotta hide me. And they're like, no, get the fuck out of here.
It's not important at all. It happens so fast. It is when we find out he knows Zeke, the pill guy.
Oh yeah, because they went to high school together.
Yeah.
I thought you died. No, this close though.
You ever get horny? Randomly to the dude that he's known forever. You ever get horny?
I know this chick Carl. You're gonna like her, man. It like drags him off.
Never to be seen again. No.
Oh no, we do. I was about to be like, do we not see Zeke again? Oh my god!
Zeke is in the party scene. Yeah. Everybody is safe. I
was about to freak out. I was like, no, he killed Zeke.
No, everybody's okay. I promise. Also, before you jump into immediately like how good they think Matt is, we have to start with the part where Josh is ready to be done though.
Yeah.
We had the two failures. At this point, we have that little bit of a scene where they sit on the bench together, and he's just like, "Dude, I'm done.
Yep.
We just need to.
We're fucked.
I'm gonna go back to class. That's it.
Do whatever the fuck you need.
Whatever
to do.
it is, man. But I'm checked out. And now that's when Coop does all the research himself on this next guy, right?
Yeah.
And he comes back and he's like, "I'm telling you, Josh, this one's the guy.
Look at him. It's emo goth rock band kid."
And you gotta admit, it's so good.
And the guy does sell it. Everything that comes out of his mouth is kind of sad.
That Josh just Josh went from being against it to being like,
yeah,
all right, I guess I'm back in, dude. Let's do this. Now they went a different angle, right?
Yeah.
They did an official transfer somehow because he shows up to their dorm.
Yeah, with all of his stuff.
He's like, "I'm your new roommate." So they did some kind of weird stuff with this guy. Paper trail. That's not good.
That's not good. That's what I kept saying. through this whole movie. I was like, there's no
well, Buckley, there was
world
barely
where this doesn't get figured out.
Buckley, there's barely a paper trail, right? Because
Yeah.
they just made one switch in a computer. That's fine.
Matt, on
we
the
saw
other
hackers,
hand,
right? We know that. We don't know what their plan would have been with Cliff for sure, but he left a frat, so there would have been less paperwork.
Yeah, it's not like
it wasn't a dorm to dorm.
He's just crashing in our dorm
or something.
room.
Yeah. Well, but that wouldn't get them.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't get it because he wasn't official. That's right.
But yeah. Somehow though, when they do Matt, it is all on board. It's all very official, right? But Matt, I have problems with Matt.
Fuck this guy.
He's a tool.
He is. Oh my god. The song.
The song sounds very AFI too, dude.
It's so bad.
It's
tugging on
it's about sperm.
Tragic sperm.
Yes.
I have many gems. I only know 2 chords, but if I sing like this, they'll think I'm deep. That was my version.
Yeah. But
probably, actually probably better, really.
Matt though is he is very.
You can tell looking at
they
him.
don't know enough about emo people.
Yeah,
these two. That's Josh and Coop don't know enough about emo people to understand. Like, hey, these guys aren't necessarily actually suicidal. It's part of the
theater of it,
the ambiance that they're trying to give off, right? Like
we're dramatic people.
It's the grandeur that they want to give away.
I don't want to die. I just like 13th century art and vampires.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
It's what it is.
Yeah. So at this point, though, they've got him moved in. I love when they move him in. The full band comes in to move all this stuff in.
All this shit.
Did you notice the tiny black guy, the little actor?
Yeah.
I want you to go back and watch again. That's one of those dudes who's in everything in the 90s. He was in sitcoms. He was in like high school
all
movies.
over the fucking place.
I promise you, if you go back and see it, I mainly know this because he is very short. He's one of those. As a guy who's pretty short but not very short, I tend to notice those because I'm like, that's the kind of guy if I hung out with, I'd get to feel
not
tall.
Short, you're a fine Roman stature.
Sure, you word it however you need to. I feel how I feel.
Good centurion height.
All I'm saying is because of my height, I am very aware when there is a shorter person because I would feel tall around said person.
I'm taller than you, fucker.
So yeah, this is one of the I definitely recognize. I don't know his name, didn't look it up, but I promise you, he's one of those people. He's in a lot of things. Yeah, I think he might even been in a sitcom. I just can't think of which one it was. And you didn't watch enough, so it doesn't. No. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to pitch to you which one it was.
It's like, all right, now I gotta go watch every sitcom ever made in the 90s.
That's right, 100%, man. That's the only. That's the only way. Dude, but I don't even know if I'm telling you he's a main. I'm just telling you that he was definitely in one.
Gotta watch every single episode
of every
diligently. Not really pay attention to the main characters, just watching the background people.
But yeah, so he gets fully moved in, and dude, he fully moves in, right? Like we said with Buckley, he doesn't decorate. It's just a room full of boxes.
His room's
whether that's what Buckley did or they did for psychological games, but that's what he had. No. Matt moves in. He's got the gargoyle head on the door.
It's awesome. I like his room, man. It looks cool. It's got like the drapes and the candles.
But again, the theater of it all should have been a clue,
right?
The theater of it all should have been a clue.
Why would he go to this much effort?
Yeah,
he's just showing off.
They don't piece it together until one night, late at night, they're all asleep. What's that Coop hears off in the distance?
Fucking laughing.
Are those cartoons?
Is that Laugh Hour? What are you? What? He's watching TV.
He sneaks over, looks through the little tiny peephole. He's like, "What the fuck is this? I can't believe this."
Were you in there laughing? No, I don't laugh.
Do I look like the kind of person who would laugh?
Oh yeah, because he's British.
Yeah, fake
air quotes.
Do I look like the kind of person who would laugh?
I'm suspicious now. He goes to Josh. He's like, dude, I don't think this guy's who we think he is. And 2 seconds later, he walks in because he knows he's got to cover his ass.
Listen, before that, though, I want to say this. He says to him during that, when he walks in, he's like, I don't think this is who it is. Josh goes, look, I don't know what your problem is. My guy's good. You should definitely trust in my guy. Was Matt his guy? Did he?
No.
Right? maybe
yeah,
at best.
Coop was the
at
one that had
best,
to
this
talk
is
him
why.
back into
Now
it.
you know why I wanted to stop you to be like, Coop did all this research on this. It's because I wanted to make sure to point this out to you. I don't think this guy had anything to do with Josh.
No.
But Josh still claims him.
That's why he's so good at school. He just goes around stealing credit for other people's ideas.
Possibly. And in the heat of the
You
moment...
don't deserve that scholarship to begin with, do you?
Well, in the heat of the moment, Coop went with it, though.
Yeah.
Coop just said...
Because that's just Coop. He just goes with shit. He's like, it doesn't matter.
Plus,
Whatever.
you almost danced past the breaking of the bong. That's what what brings Matt in. He hears, like, the bong breaks on the floor, and then he comes into the room.
I almost forgot.
That scene is tragic, dude.
I would have stabbed him. Because it's like a 6-foot friendship bong. You got to have somebody light the end for you. And he just smashes it for his own good.
Well, look, again, there's a whole thing, dude. He swings it. He
sloshes the water across
everywhere.
the room.
Like, it's a whole thing. And then let's not forget the weird grandma's cremation worth of ash that flies out of this thing when it hits the ground.
when it hits the ground.
Why? I don't even understand where this came from. I don't know if
nobody... water just came out of it. Why is it dusty?
Well, again, that's what I was going to say. Like, if they dry used it... we got to stop. We're going to sound like... this
Patreon.
This
Patreon.
Is,
if they dry used it, that explains why there might be smash.
But yeah, this is one of those things where the bong gets broke. It's the thing that, like, totally, like, Coop had almost checked out of everything, right? Josh brought him back in, and the bong was the thing that brought him full in. He's like, let's kill him.
I say we murder him.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Calm down.
And then that's when when
Matt comes in
I think the glass is what made Matt be like, I got to try to fix this, right? Like, he heard that and was like, oh, shit, that shit's really going down.
They're mad that I'm not me. They think I'm a poser. Damage control mode.
Right? That's what happened. He gets in, and he's like, guys, I just gotta tell you, I've been having this wild dream about after this performance that I'm supposed to do for finals, and as soon as it's finished, I go to my room and I pull out a gun, I put it in my mouth, and I pull the trigger. Oh, girl. He says it with his fingers slowing down.
Bam.
It was just so really real. The way
Couldn't
he says
been too
really
real, or you wouldn't have got that second shot off.
But dude, there's so much comedy.
So really real.
He
Dude,
really
my fake East London accent.
He was really selling that, like, drop the L thing, right? Like, real.
And I watched a bunch of Sid Vicious videos.
That's what it.
And I learned how to do this accent. Right?
That's what it was.
You know how I can do it, so I did the same fucking thing, mate.
That's what it was, dude. He just dropped the anger.
Yeah,
that's all it was.
No, you got to have that. Or you're not Sid Vicious.
Well, he wasn't trying to be. Remember, he was trying to be.
Sorry, guy. I'm metal.
Yeah, Matt wasn't being that. Remember, that's the thing. Matt was
fucking.
AFI. I already said this. Matt was
right.
again. The sound was AFI. The look was maybe not that era AFI, but they sold it at some point. I mean, he was going full on
black eyeliner and
yeah.
Tips.
Yep.
Nail polish.
At this point though, he is almost pulled in. Coop still he's like being angry, right? He's just kind of letting his anger out. But then Josh reels him back in with the most cutesy they felt like a 1950s couple, because he just looks over at Coop and he goes, I don't know about you, but I think that sounds like a cry for help. Right?
Yeah.
And Coop goes, yeah.
Should we help him?
I
forgot the plan.
Yeah. He's like, I guess you're right. Like,
I feel like Beaver learned a lesson this week.
That's how it felt. That is how it felt, dude, for real, though. Oh, man. I absolutely... these two are... They are the perfect couple. We didn't need Rachel.
Yeah,
I don't like. I'm not saying they're actually
hetero life mates, like Jay and Silent Bob.
These two, they have what they need.
Me and my boy Chuck.
They have everything that the other one needs, for sure.
Exactly.
Right? Like they're all good. After this, though, we finally get to the big night. It's time for everything. Everybody's showing up for the concert at their dorm. Is it not weird?
It seems like it's like in the lobby of the dorm, right?
Quad outside.
Yeah, outside. Have like a little stage set up.
I don't know. This is just personal qualms.
We're better at planning parties than these people.
On the way to the party starting, Buckley, Can't trust this guy.
He probably comes up on Josh and Rachel having a conversation. He's like, this guy, he has files on everybody. He's starting a new world order.
Conversation again. Like we're getting close to the end. It was like Josh thinking he was trying to smooth things over. You know, he was like, look, because they think they've got this on lock, right? They're like, he was like, I can finally have a life again. I'm sorry. Let me apologize. Let me make it up to you because I can finally. Yeah, exactly. He walks by, flips him off. You can't trust this guy. If you see him, kick him in the nuts.
Looks at Rachel. He's bad news, babe.
Buckley was good. I know. No,
Buckley's my favorite.
Buckley was a lot of fun,
especially at the end. The wrap up for Buckley's story is the best.
But so yeah, we see the song getting performed one more time. I'm not trying to pretend it's awful. We see again. We'd already seen a little bit of Kristen being like pulled in by fucking Matt.
She is absolutely mesmerized.
She's just like staring at him on the stage, like completely. But this was great because this was our first time seeing one girl since her hair burned off.
Lucy,
the wig,
Lucy has the fucking wig,
and it's like keeps tilted
off to the side.
Because instead of cutting the, why wouldn't you cut the?
Yeah, just cut
match the length. No,
bob cut.
She's got one side super long, and so she's trying to wear this wig so that way. Again, it's got no length, so she's just trying to wear. I don't even know what's happening here. She looks like a comic book character, where like on a 2/3 like perspective.
It's like Captain Janeway's hair from season 1, that fucking the mighty bun.
But if you catch it the right length, you can see the like almost like a mullet hanging down in the back. That's how it feels, dude. It's how it feels for sure. The concert though goes on. What else happens during the concert? There's something else that happens during.
Josh goes and talks to Rachel during it, I think.
Again?
No. I think that's all that happens.
Yeah,
and then the concert's over, and Matt goes into the bathroom to have himself a little piss and sing a little cabaret. Life's a game. Let's play. It's a cabaret. Oh, shit.
Dude, the way he so quickly like snapped. And then like he's like, Josh. Coop starts screaming at him, and he's just like, I knew it.
You're a fucking poet. Hey, man, you're not even British. He's not even British.
Yes, dude.
Fuck. We're so fucked right now.
So good. It was so good, dude.
He runs off to the dorm to get his yearbook and comes back to show it to Josh. And he was a fucking cheerleader. Mr. Death Goth Metal guy is
yeah, no, he's like showing him. He's like, I told you.
We are fucked, man.
What are we gonna do now? I think we just have to admit defeat.
I think we're screwed, man. And then this is where the other guys come up, and we get the end of the gay gag.
The finally comes full circle.
They're all like,
here.
Dude, no, we get it. It's cool. Like, my uncle was gay like you. Like, we're totally fine, man. And they just stare at each other and shit like that. And then it just cuts to them walking down the street, and Coop's like, well, I guess I'm going to be a gay janitor now.
Well, you forgot right. And then also he looks over at Rachel. That Zeke looks over at Rachel to give the real quick. He just goes, they're gonna be okay or whatever, and she just goes, what? Yeah, because that's the actual that's the last. We don't hear no more about the gay stuff after that one. The last one was the her being, huh?
What the fuck?
Even though at that point she wasn't supposed to be interested.
Yeah, she was done.
They're still kind of in the middle of their fight.
She's like, no, I'm done waiting for your bullshit.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It kind of didn't play. Like we said, she doesn't need to be here.
No.
I guess I could have just left it alone, but I really wanted to drive home that she doesn't need to be here.
Doesn't. Nothing against the actress or her performance. Just story. We didn't need you.
But yeah, so at this point though, again, they're head up against the wall. Like this has got to be the day before.
Yeah, they're
the end of finals week or some shit, right? Because
there's
again, like the dude moved in with a week to go, and we had to have enough time for him to live there, rehearse, be ready, and perform. It's over. There's no more.
You can't do that in 6 hours. I can. I'm kidding.
But yeah, so we have no idea what we're gonna do.
So let's go to Pickles, drink some margaritas, smoke a bowl, chill. It'll be fine.
we'll figure everything out. I mean, or at the very least, if we're gonna go out, let's go out having a good time, right? Like that's basically the vibe, right? Like we'll
we
either
did our best.
We'll either figure it out right now, or we're gonna have a good time,
right?
Because this is it. And so yeah, they get back, and when they get to Pickles, they're like, "Hey, Pickles." No, when they figure out what they want to drink was too good too, right? I know what'll cheer you up. You want a mojito?
Yeah.
How about a margarita?
Margarita then. There we go.
That's what you need,
Come
buddy.
on, buddy. Yes. You want salt around the rim?
Exactly, dude. But yeah, what was amazing though is, of course, by chance when they get to Pickles, that's what's in the blender. They're like, hey, Pickles, is it all right if we use your blender? We're gonna make some margaritas. He just goes, it's already in there.
It's in the blender. He's all groggy and shit, like he's trying to sleep.
They're just talking to each other, not paying attention, pouring these margaritas. Need to have ice in them.
Yeah, no, that was
melted. That was
old. You need to make new ones.
That was warm room
yes,
temperature.
It had to have been.
No.
Neat color though, kind of look like absinthe.
Yeah, I'm not down for whatever they were about to drink. Again, this is college.
College, you drank anything.
The color was 100% because it was just the cheapest sweet and sour mix they could find. Then when they were making
neon green shit.
To make this this weird version of a margarita, cheap version.
What are you talking about? It's got a monster poured in it because it was green.
Well, it's too early for that. 98.
Oh, yeah,
98.
Right.
No monster.
No monster.
Well, maybe monster, but it wouldn't have been popular enough that people were doing that. That's why we saw caffeinated water.
Yep.
If this were energy drink time, they would have had that.
Caffeinated water.
But they would have had that, dude. But yeah, so while they're talking though, they're just kind of shooting. I mean, it's not important conversation. No. They're just shooting the shit. But then they happen to look over and they're like, "Oh fuck, Pickles?
Are you dead?
What's wrong?" They pill bottles on his chest and
little label maker thing.
This is the point.
Sorry.
Well, this is the point where it really like sells you on the difference between these two, right? Because when shit got to shit, I feel like it would have been like this with every person they thought they were going to do this to, right? When shit really came down to it, Josh was always never going to be able to go through with it. Because instantly, the second it clicks what's happening, Josh is like, you can see it on his face. He's like, oh fuck, we need to help him.
We need to help him.
And there's no. Coop is a sociopath.
Yeah, he is fucking monster. He's just like, this is great.
He's so happy.
Grab his stuff. We'll move him into our fucking room.
And Josh is like, he's like, no, that's right. You go start the paperwork.
Yeah,
you
go start the paperwork. I'm gonna start doing his stuff. And he goes, he's like grabbing like all of Pickles' various blenders and appliances,
running over to the room with him. Yeah.
And who's back? It's Kyle.
Again, out of nowhere. We've not had to deal with this dude for the whole movie.
They just brought him back so this could
happen.
No,
this was good, though.
It was awesome.
It was worth it. We both say we hate Matt, and I'm glad this isn't the last thing we really see. I mean, we get the dumb wrap up at the end, and I don't like that.
I don't like that he makes money.
Yeah, but I do appreciate this, that the last thing we see of college age Matt was him
getting his ass beat.
So yeah, Kyle shows up and he's like, it's me. The fact that he didn't, Coop goes, who? Kyle, your roommate. He even says from the beginning of the semester I
forgot about you.
He goes, where are my posters?
Oh, this guy in here took all your posters and threw them out and said, fuck you.
He said they're all trash, right? Like, he hates them. He said, what about me? Kicks that door open. He turns back around, looks over at his girl and goes, baby, I'll be right back.
I gotta take care of something real quick. Fucking jumps in there. He's like, get the fuck out of my room.
Last thing we see, door slams. He didn't even let Kristen out. Did he beat the shit out of both of them?
He just took his guitar and just started beating the fuck out of all of them. Do we see Kristen again? Is she okay?
Is Kyle that type?
He just beats a woman down with a bat or a guitar. No, surely she's fine.
Yeah, so as soon as that happens, though, as soon as the door slams shut, dude, Coop is just like, all right, well, that's taken care of. Drops the stuff, goes back to get more of Pickle's stuff, right? What does he see when he gets to the room?
Josh being a decent fucking human being and shoving his fingers down his throat, making him throw up. Like, come on, Pickles, get him up, man.
Pushing on his stomach to try to make him heave.
I've already called 911, man. We can't let this shit happen.
The the amount of how much of a sociopath Coop is, because there's not even a like, you're right, there was no realization.
No, it's literally he throws his hands up in exasperation,
everything.
like, God damn it.
You can't do anything right, Josh.
And then proceeds to yell at him when they get outside and get Pickles in the thing. He's like, you fucked us up. You couldn't, it was perfect and stuff. And Josh is like, dude, do you not fucking see how awful that thought is?
You're just not listening to yourself anymore, dude.
Fuck you, man.
Okay.
All right, fine. Sad walk off.
Everybody's again back to the
Coop like goes to a party.
Probably. It sounds like Coop's thing.
Well,
it sounds like his kind of thing to do too, right? Like, come on now, let's not forget. Now, this is what's important. The first time we had this, again, this scene plays out so good. Like, Josh was a genius.
Yeah.
Right? Because the first time we had this where they thought they had fucked and they had nowhere to go and their plan was definitely over. They made it seem like, again, this is almost what might have happened. But then they had each other to be like, hey, buddy.
Yeah,
don't you worry. But now they don't. This time they fought. This time they're mad
they're going
at each
their
other.
separate ways.
Right? And so this time it makes it seem like this is what might have went down. That Josh, he's depressed. He didn't have his buddy this time
Everything fell apart. He's going to lose his scholarship.
Mom's to the
mad
bridge.
at me. My girlfriend left me.
Walks around. I would like to point out the part that he was standing on, not actually that far from the ground.
I did too. I wrote it in my notes. I was like, I don't feel
There were parts of the bridge that were.
Oh, yeah.
The part that he stood on.
It's like 12 feet.
He might have hurt himself.
I was like, you might break your ankle.
He's not dying.
Maybe if you went like, you put your arms behind your head back and like just head first.
He dropped Coop from higher.
Yeah, right, in the security building.
But either way, he ends up on this thing and he's standing there. The whole school shows up because it's party night. He's a genius. He thought about this. The bridge was in the middle of the common walk path. Everybody would stop and see him.
There's a guy on the bridge. He's gonna jump.
Coop hears this. Coop's like, what? Because they've been so focused on these type of people. He's like, who did I miss?
Yeah, who did I miss? What?
Who was a better candidate?
Can I still work this? And he shows up and he's like, Josh, what the fuck? What are you doing?
It finally hits him. You know, like, again, this is so good.
He suddenly is like a good person again.
Now Coop is like, I get it. I didn't know them, but I should treat everybody, again, like associate. He is a sociopath.
Yeah.
He didn't understand that naturally. He had to have someone, like, paint the picture for him. Like, treat everyone this way.
He manages to talk Josh down.
Everybody's happy. He's so in the emotions.
Big hug. He's like, you're going to be okay, man.
He's crying. He's like,
okay.
buddy, I thought you were going to... I wasn't ready for that, man. You can't do that to me.
You think they bought it?
What?
Yeah, man. They wouldn't throw a guy who wants to off himself out of school, right? No, of course not, man.
What? You magnificent bastard.
Yeah, of course not. They're not going to throw you out.
That's bull.
Totally. They would want you out of there immediately.
Look,
because at least you didn't off yourself on our campus.
And now you're someone else's problem.
Exactly.
That's what I said. I was like, no, you'd have definitely been candidate to never touch foot on their campus again.
Gone. It's like you can do that at home. You ain't doing it here. We ain't getting that stain on us.
I was like, that's so...
Apparently this school already has enough of a problem with that.
But no, exactly.
Exactly. See, they would really just want to get rid of you.
I've had such an issue. I was like, there's no way that this magical ending that we get from Josh's plan is what actually would have happened. But that's it. There's literally no other real movie. The rest of it is like voiceover montage wrap up. It's just Josh being like, so they made me go keep seeing therapy, but it's okay. I kind of liked it. I changed my major.
I like psychology, so now that's what I do. Bye, Bob.
I love
poor cadaver Bob.
Yes, I love the bye, Bob. And then he's like, and now me and Rachel are doing better than ever because she loved being able to write about a guy who's got unstable. A dark, twisted soul like me.
She really likes having an unstable boyfriend. Right? It's inspirational. I'm like, yeah, that tracks.
Then what is it?
Coop still had to go and
work for his dad.
But
he's still paying for everything, so it's okay.
Because he was a hero.
So he didn't get thrown out. Because again, remember the plan he had technically had no solution for Coop. Like, Josh's plan would only have worked for Josh.
Yeah.
If we wouldn't have got the wrap up where they said that his dad decided to still let him stay because of his heroics.
Yep. He was paying for it. That was the whole problem with Coop, is his dad was like, I'm not going to pay for this shit.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck what your grades are.
But because he was such a hero, and talk someone down. He said, okay,
I'll give you another semester, but you still got to scrub the toilets.
And he said it's almost zen-like if you get
high
stoned enough.
I'm like, I'm over here like, I'm a janitor. Yeah.
Custodian.
Right. I am a master of the custodial arts, sir. I said it right that time. Yo.
Wrong episode.
I know, dude. I said it. Tried to do it like 3 times during the actual episode. Couldn't do it.
420 will get you.
It will.
But yeah, so
but then we get
Buckley,
my favorite.
You do Buckley.
This
Buckley's
is great.
Your favorite.
He left school and tried to assassinate Bill Gates and got caught and is now going to do like 25 to life. And you're like hauling him in. And he's like, "I'll be back. The conspiracy is real." Ah! Love Buckley,
and it's their fault.
It is.
Remember the reason he thinks the conspiracy is real is because of them.
He might have like found help if they had to egged it on and made it 10 times worse.
Then we get Matt Miley.
Fuck again, that. This is Matt's bullshit.
Again, we hate the guy. We hate the fact that they're too dumb to realize he wasn't a good candidate. Like everything about the Matt storyline's awful, including the fact that they wrap it up by letting him be MTV famous.
Yeah, he gets interviewed by Kurt Loder. And
no,
everything.
His hero.
I
love
Kurt
that they
Loder.
say that, and he even got interviewed by his hero, Kurt Loder.
How is it? He said one line. He's like, "Who the fuck are you, Kurt bloody Loder?" And that means it's his hero.
I don't know. I loved it though. It was so funny. It made me laugh that much harder when they say his hero, Kurt Loder. But yeah, I don't agree. But let's also point out though that he keeps the same look.
Yep.
But it's pop music now, right? The sperm song is
just up the tempo. It's like, my hat.
They're wearing in the video they show us
like
in the movie 1950s
shit, right?
cardigan sweaters. Yes, dude. Like they're doing like an old school cheerleader routine with the
first episode of Johnny Carson like ever.
Yeah, dude. That's about the only thing that's good about it is that I think it's funny that that's the kind of music that they wanted to play. And of course, we can't fully wrap it up without talking about my favorite, Cliff. But for 2 reasons, we saved him for the end. One, he's awesome. He made the movie, like we said, the trailers. But also, because he's actually who they end it with.
They end the movie with Cliff.
Cliff gets the end. Cliff gets to wrap it all up because they're like, oh, Josh even says it like that, like fourth wall breaking almost. Like, you thought we forgot about Cliff. You know, like he's like, no, we didn't. Cliff, this is what happened to him. He died.
He was on a party boat and it hit a rock and it was going down and he refused to abandon
everything
ship.
You're hearing, you're like, oh, it's his fault it went down.
Yeah, right. Like I'm hearing
something.
He pushed the captain out of the way and was driving the boat.
He looked at somebody and said, "You ever get horny?" And then
sometimes I just want to fuck this boat
and then shove the steering wheel, right? But yeah, so you're just like, "Oh, that's so tragic." And then Josh goes, and Coop took it hardest of all because it was his choice. It was his guy.
That was my guy. He's walking up to the grave. He's gonna put the flowers on it. Fucking Cliff comes out of the dirt. Hey, buddy, come on down.
And you're just like, holy shit.
He just won't die. It's okay. It was just a nightmare, though.
Until
so fucking Coop wakes up screaming. Josh comes just, no, it's okay. He's dead. He's not coming back.
It's all right, buddy. You got to stop this. It's okay.
The door busts open. He comes in. He's like covered in seaweed with a life preserver and shit. He's like, now that was a boat party.
You guys ever get horny? Like the last thing, I don't think he says the horny thing again, but he does. The last thing is him making that
noise.
Well, it's the horny sound. It's this. Every other time in the movie he makes that sound is directly preceded by him saying horny. Like, you guys ever get horny? Does that make you horny?
Well, he didn't say that. That was almost drowning, man. That just really gets my goat. I gotta go.
But that's it, dude. Guys. That's the movie.
That's the movie. It literally ends with that.
Yeah. This was such an MTV movie, early MTV movie, where like there's no real plot going on. I mean, there's a loose plot.
A vague plot.
Well, you know it's bad if they wrap so much of it up in voiceover. Right? I mean, like again, like they didn't. There's like barely a scene. Like it feels like they recorded the Mark Paul Gosselaar cleaning the toilet after the fact. Right? Like they were just like, oh, maybe that did wrap up too easy.
Yeah, we might need some more. Hold on.
But yeah, guys, we had fun. You guys, as regular listeners, won't know. This was long.
Yeah, it's very long.
You will probably be listening to a much shorter version. Now, on that, part of the reason I said that is a good way to tell you if you want to hear the long version. If you're like, hey, that sounded really funny, I might have missed some good stuff. Patreon. You can find us there.
Patreon.com/Kentucky Fried Critics.
If you don't want to be dedicated to giving us money that way, we also have a Ko-fi, Ko-fi, KO-FI.
Go there. Buy us a beer.
Buy us some beer.
It's literally what it's called. You can buy us a beer.
I've been putting some social media up about it. But again, you guys know we've got money in equipment. We've got money in the time we waste. Not waste. The time we love dedicating to all of you people. But we also have money in this beer. And again, as that is something that will always be a constant.
It'd be nice to have some help buying
At least there, right?
At least help us buy the beer for the show.
Buy 1 or 2 for us. Help out.
For real.
Let's see. What else do we need to say? Again, we had a great time with the movie. I think we're wrapped up on the movie.
The beer was great.
Dude, Rogue, you guys know what you're doing.
We have to go find some more of this stuff.
This lager taste with like the haziness to it, dude. Like I'm really enjoying it. It's like there's like a crispness to it that you don't usually.
It's not like as heavy.
Yeah, it feels right. Like it.
I could drink.
Kind of easy. To
I
go
could
down.
drink a 6-pack of this by myself.
And you know what's funny is I feel like that's that whole it's using the IPA. And me and you used to bag on IPA so bad, but really they are like it's so much. It's brighter, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot easier to be like, oh, I'm good to go for a little bit longer.
You can learn to like stuff.
Well, and we have
and appreciate.
We've gotten there. And look at me fucking piling the segues. That is a good segue for our next beer because it is also an IPA. Because we can't Bo tries to get away from it.
I do, but I can't.
This is his movie. And so he found the beer that would work for it. And so, yeah, we just can't get away from it.
Every time Bo. I'm like, I'm going to get something dark. And then I'll see something. And I'm like, fuck, that's an IPA, but that's a good movie.
Go ahead and hit him with both, Bo. You got it this time.
Great Lakes Brewing Company's Commodore Perry IPA. We're going to watch Master and Commander. Because
serious.
I'm a history nerd and I like boats.
We're getting heavy on you guys. I mean, we won't be because every time we think we will be, we're not. So we won't be. But I mean, the subject matter is a little bit not even heavy. It's not heavy, but it's just more serious.
It's a dramatic movie.
Yeah, dramatic.
A historical drama.
But yeah, I mean, you guys know us. This is still gonna be a good time. We're gonna have fun.
Fucking Russell Crowe. Almost said Kurt Russell.
Yeah. Totally wrong.
That was the wrong guy. Although, would have been a way different movie.
Yeah, well, 100%.
Probably more fun.
It wouldn't have been so serious.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have been able to pull off the series.
Can we get like a Death Wish version on like a boat and he just crashes the boats into fucking people?
Let's do it. Or the Christmas Chronicle where he's like Santa.
That'd be great.
In the full Santa getup from the thing, like you know what I mean, like the beard and the hair.
He looked like he had so much fun in that fucking movie. He was having a great time.
All right, guys. On that note, we are officially done. You want to hit him? Well, I think we've already covered most of the things I usually have you hit him with. I mean, you
comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. One more time. Like, comment, subscribe. There, I've done my bit. Break the big ass bong out. Let's get ripped. Jack-a-lackin'